Howdy, 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 howdy. I'm Nat. I'm joined here by Adamali, Drac, and Izza, and we're gonna play some BurnBryte. We're gonna have some fun. I believe last time we were just escaping from the burn, like physically flying there. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
We had just zipped off of Bryte Prime in the Bryte system. As the burn was approaching, lots of things were going nuts. There was a giant crystal mech, and things were a little tense. Tense enough, in fact, that Lex Ignis decided to make a little bit of a call when Hellion 419 was in a rough spot. You want to tell us a little more about that?
Which one of us? The one who died or the one who straight up murdered her?
I was thinking you.
Okay.
The murderer.
The thing is, Peacecraft regenerate. So if a Peacecraft dies, their consciousness is set up to a satellite. That satellite beams the information back to Pax, and a new body is built for them. Unless they die due to the burn, and considering Hellion had a burn cannon faced directly at her, it was either lose Hellion forever, or have her regenerate on Pax. I chose the latter. I made a call. Also now, Hellion 420 for life.
Helion 419 is dead. Long live Helion 420. I didn't think the meme would actually come true. It was just a joke.
If you want to just give me some Nova points, I will gladly just shoot Hellion on sight and just
Ugh.
Just get that
No,
over.
you're not allowed to.
End that meme real quick.
You have to let me bask in the meme for at least this session, at least.
I think you're muted.
We'll see how that goes.
Ooh.
Don't you fucking dare.
So, we come back with Zasper and Exignis aboard Legion 68. Sorry. Flying out of the Cyprit, they had just been hit by a pretty heavy weapon, said burn cannon, and it left this crystallization structure across part of their ship. And they were flying out, along with a lot of other ships off of Cyprit, evacuating because the burn was coming. And last we heard, got a little communication from a contact, or Evasia, saying that they were going to try to destroy any of the ships that had the crystals on them because they're trying to stop the spread of the sporozoids, which is like the secondary effect of the getting near the burn. And that's kind of where we left off. You had recovered, well, if your friend had recovered the pieces of Hellion, or did we not do that yet?
I think they said they were going to. I don't think we actually.
We narrated.
Yeah, we narrated. So, Orvacia ship had recovered the remains of Hellion, and we'll have our fun with that next time. Well, not next time, soon. But for now, Zasper and Exignis, you are in a ship that is heavily damaged, full of people who evacuated with you from the deserts, full of a lot of glowing lily leaves that can heal people. I'm sure those have no more further use, and limping along a little bit. What are you doing? What is priority 1 right now?
Priority 1 for Zasper is probably they're just like going around the ship, making sure there's no like serious damage that's going to stop them from being able to escape. So just checking the engine, stuff like that, any the hull integrity, and then second to that would be probably checking on the passengers to see if anyone's hurt or needs tending to.
All right. The hull is sound, as Lexi will, who is your magical intelligence, will tell you. Space-worthy, just fine, but damaged. How in the realm of hurt people, there are many. In fact, when that blast was shot through, some people were vaporized entirely, and others were semi-crystallized.
Oof.
If you do a final count, you have about. It's hard to get exact numbers, but it seems about 4 people died, and about another 3 were affected by some of the sporozoid effect. But they seem to be walking and talking just fine currently.
We should be amputating the crystals.
I want to try something first. Exignis.
If you must.
I want to see. So Zasper. They kind of go to one person to another. The people who've been like slightly crystallized and tries to. It's essentially quarantining them, but tries to like calmly separate them from the rest of the group, rest of the passengers.
You have a medical facility, as we established last time, because you were very hurt, and it's helpful for that.
So yeah, I'll take them to the medical facility, and I'd ask like, so do you have any of those lilies on you by any chance?
So, of the 3 that you need to put off to the side, there is an elderly driftling who those can morph form. So this one in particular has very wolf-like features and a lot of gray hair. And then there's a Kithik and an Olran. The Olran is kind of this magenta color and a little bit on the shorter side, and the Kithik is just vibrantly green and kind of freaked out, energetic and worried. And he's talking pretty actively right now, as you're asking. Okay, we got some. We picked up a bit in lots around here, but do you think those will help?
There's only really one way to find out. And have Lexi maybe check out if there's anything these ladies can do, or we can just try it out right now. Which one would you prefer?
The plants or scan? Which one first? Both? Yes.
Yeah, both. Let's just try it out, and I'm gonna take one of the leaves and see if I can. Oh, it'd be very helpful if we had that medic with us. The one that knows how to synthesize these things.
Knows the medic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Lexi. So I think Lexi kind of like materializes beside me while I'm working on this, and I just ask them, do you know how we can make this into like some kind of salve or anything like that can be usable to help these people?
A little pause. My quick research shows that it can be prepared in a multitude of different ways, but simplest for our purposes is probably crushing it up and collecting the liquid that comes out and applying it to damaged areas.
Okay, that's simple enough. I think I can do that. And yeah, I'm gonna try basically making the lily juice and applying it to the crystalline areas and see if hopefully that does any.
Nat, if I may,
Yes.
is by crystal arms, are they like smooth like an Ulrin, or are they crunchy like salt crystals?
So you get like jagged, big crystallization, usually around the surface of sections that are partially vaporized.
I go to
Very
one of the I go to one of the victims with a leaf, and I kind of rub it across their crystals, just because it'll cause it to crush and release the juice, right?
Yeah. So the jagged crystals lacerate the leaf a little bit, and bits ooze out, and parts of the crystals start to sizzle and put off this very acrid smell, which freaks out the Kithuk a little bit.
Relax, it's just a test.
Mm-hmm.
You passed.
You're like some sort of doctor, right?
Sure.
Medical professional?
Sure.
Nurse? EMT?
Sure. Look around. You're in desperate straits. This is a desperate solution.
Yep.
Can I examine this Kithik in particular to see how long it's going to take for him to crystallize completely?
So, you can totally do that. However, just from without rolling anything, you can ascertain that you haven't seen them actually grow at all yet. To be fair, this happened like a few minutes ago.
Okay. Can you still move it? Can you move your arm?
Moves into the arms that got affected by it, and you just hear like cracking, and he flinches in pain. I could try.
All right. Does it hurt when you don't move?
Yes.
Where?
Kind of around it. And the other small limbs pointing to like little spots on the edge of the crystals where they're connecting.
Which likely means the surface tissue's gone.
Are you talking about removing my surface tissues?
I'm saying the crystal already has, so I won't be. No. That wasn't the right thing to say, was it? Listen, I kind of get down on one knee, and it doesn't matter. I'm still like 6 feet tall, kneeling down.
Yeah.
I understand this is a scary time for you. But very few people have faced the burn and survived. If you end up wearing a scar from this, it could impress quite a few people. I think I'm suaving. I was trying to empathy, but I think I'm suaving.
You know, it's your call, fundamentally.
Let's do it. Let's see if I'm terrible at this. Complexity 2, right? Please.
Yeah, it's just 2. I know I know you're in pain.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Pass.
pass.
He kind of was jittering before. It comes down a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I'll have a story to tell.
Yeah.
My name's Kivok. Thanks.
My pleasure. Exignis. I cannot imagine how hard this is for you. We Paxons rarely lose our own people. Peacecraft, I should say.
And there's a moment where he gets a little at peace. Then, God, how many people do you think didn't make it off?
I think best be prepared for the worst now, so you can be surprised by the good later. How many people did you have down there?
Our whole family, you know, we're very social. We have a big family units. Dozens.
How many came with you on the ship?
I was out harvesting with my brother. I think he made it on.
Oh. There were other ships.
Yeah, there were.
We'll be taking you to the nearest system for, registry, and we'll find out more there. I'm sure you'll meet more of your family.
Yeah, there were other ships.
And you'll have a story to tell them.
Should we do anything else we need to do about these crystals? I'm presuming they're bad.
I've been observing it this entire time. Has anything changed other than sizzle?
So the sizzle, and they've started to recede in with the sizzle. It's like, it's burning off. But chemically.
There's some good signs. I can't promise anything. Yes, it's bad. Given time, current suggestions that, experience suggests that it will start to spread. And I'm not sure if you saw the crystal graveyards on Sacred Prime, but
So this whole time I was juicing the lilies.
juice.
Trying to
You
make some
have
kind of
quite a
salve
bit of-
with this.
Yeah, and it's a pulpy juice. Like, there's no like trying to make it really smooth and clear.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
I'm not even trying to make. I'm just trying to get as much out of this thing as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point I'd probably see Exignis talking to this Githuk. So I'd go to the others first and try and.
So, I think while you were juicing, the driftling, it's all about his arm, like his hand got really bad and he can't really use it right now. And as you're standing there juicing the lilies, and while Exignis is busy with Kivok, you just see him pull out like a small little laser knife and just kind of line up.
Whoa!
Like he's
whoa!
just gonna.
Hey, wait, hold on. What are you doing?
Turns off the knife. You see with this one, he points at Kivok. This stuff takes a while to recede. I figured cut off a little bit of flesh, then heal the wound.
Okay, if you're finding your reputation, at least let someone else do it. I don't think going at yourself with your own knife will be great. Probably not get the greatest cut.
You wanna? Holds out the handle. It's like a tiny little lightsaber, basically, in structure.
I mean, are you sure? I'm working on a salve that might help.
I'm not saying cut the whole thing off. I'm saying slices.
Are Are you 100% certain about this? You don't want to try this out first? I mean, the knife isn't going anywhere. It can very easily be like a
Worried.
plan B.
And at that point, Ignis and Zasper, you both get a message from Lexi in your own ways, being like, "We have a message waiting from the ship entitled the Accord. It is from Celian."
Well, at least we know he survived.
Is that good though?
No. Afraid not.
Yeah, we'll take that message. Just hold on. And I like turn to the different Aaron's go, just like, wait here a second. Don't cut any limbs off, please, just yet. At the very least, okay?
Yeah. And he turns the thing on and like lines up to try to see if he can cut the crystal itself, and it just refracts through the crystal and he winces. That doesn't.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay.
Oh, one thing. I take a small like pen or something and stain the skin around the crystal. Yeah. I do
So
a
you can
little
see if it
hand.
goes past.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe my actual medical training coming through now.
Okay.
I can't help it. And then I will look at well, I'll look at oh, I forgot. Look at Zasper and say, we should talk to Celian.
Yeah. Come on. And Zasper can just like goes off to the what would it be? The cockpit? So you can take the
we can
message a bit
actually,
more personally.
we can actually shift views to the ship.
Ooh.
So I know we don't have like proper freaking we don't have proper character tokens yet, so I just had a little bit of a simple time, and I just made colored circles, and everyone can move them, so just pick a color.
I call purple.
And then of course if you are a piececraft, make it bigger. You're muted, Adamally.
How do we make it bigger?
Oh, it's the normal thing. Click it and drag it in the corner.
Oh. Yeah, I see.
It should snap to grid.
I will pick this lovely orange here. I'm not succeeding at this.
This one?
This one.
Oh,
It's
cool.
that color. Whatever it is.
That is red, but that's okay.
It should be noted if you're watching this, I am slightly colorblind.
I am sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's all right. So Exignis and Zasper at the front.
Lexi, can you patch the message in? And if you can at the same time, can you keep an eye on who we have in the medical bay?
Of course. No problem at all. I'm setting nameplates on those. So up in the front, big ass display, hologram bullshit. Normal sci-fi calls with video. And it's recorded message. And you see Celian with his political robes there, and he goes, "So we're in a situation where we're going to have to eliminate any of the Sporozoid influence on the fleeing ships, so I'm going to regret to inform you that given that capacity is full on the ships we're able to find so far, we need to either have you find a ride that is unafflicted within the next 20 minutes, or to make peace with yourselves. The burn is still approaching, time is not of the essence here. I'm sorry. Please know that Cyprit Prime cares for you. And it just...
I hate him.
Yeah, no, yeah. I feel the exact same way. Yeah, no, we're not making any peace, but I do agree that we might need to deal with this with the crystallization on here. Now, how large was the crystal? Like, how big or spread out is the crystals that's like formed on the ship?
So, Lexi will manifest, because she can do that, I'm pretty sure. Just appear. We have a pretty severe wound that goes from the front and out the back. So the exterior sections on the fore and aft both have multiple square meters of these crystals upon the outside, and there may be some scattered damage within that has not been searched yet. We've been diverting our resources to finding wounded and tending to those thus far.
Yeah. Return your focus to, for now, to finding any scattered crystal.
We were not given much time. Should we be focusing on fleeing?
Yes. No, we will be fleeing. That's for certain. But I also just want to, while fleeing, figure out how we can deal with these crystals. Because as much as I don't want to be shot down, they do have a point. We don't want this to spread.
Well, they gave us 20 minutes, but I somehow don't think that we'll maintain having 20 minutes if we start running away.
Yeah.
Zasper, do you still have your laser sword on you?
Yes, I do. And yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think we can cut some of these out. We have the hull gunk that will hopefully seal up any holes and at least keep us going until we land somewhere to get proper repairs done. That's
I'll go
the plan.
outside. Yeah.
But it also depends on where, if there are any scattered crystals that formed as well, because we do have hull gunk that in sectors 1 and 4. But not sure if we do in any other of the other sectors, and if there's crystals there, we won't be able to just cut them out as easily as that.
Yeah, well, conveniently, Sector 1 and Sector 5, where you have hull gunk, where the majority of the crystals were. So, like, that's lucky.
I think we'll be good.
Yeah. Lexi,
Is that...
Lexi, do look out for other scattered crystals. Exignis, if you think you can cut some of the crystals out from that might have formed on the other side, I'll see if I can cut anything out on this end, on the inside.
Yes. Yeah.
And hope the whole gunk does everything else.
Zasper, we should... You're not pleased with what I did.
Let's talk about this after we've done with this.
I understand. But that comes through telepathically as he walks away.
Alright. So, my understanding is that you are each going to try to tackle one section and remove the damage to the ship. Well, the hangers on.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Alright. That feels like something we should roll dice for.
Oh boy, okay. I wonder if my curse is lifted today.
So I'll just say that like skullduggery, melee, athletics all come off as immediately applicable because definitely it's athletic activity. Skullduggery is kind of sleight of handish. Those definitely would work.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with skullduggery for me.
Heck, I could even see perception.
I still got a minor injury. My mental skills are all an increased difficulty, so I'm not gonna do that.
I will go with skullduggery.
Yeah, so would I. What's the difficulty for that?
Oh, these feel like. So actually, the back section is worse than the front. That one's gonna be 3. The other one in the front's gonna be 2. So who wants to do which one?
I'm going to be using a D6, so I'll take the front.
Oh, I'm using a D6 as well, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, I'll take the back then. You know what? Be nice.
Okay.
It's okay. It's the part that's farthest away from them. They won't notice.
You just hide it by facing towards them as we're flying.
I'll just like spread myself out over top of the ship. That'll work out well.
Oh no.
Oof.
I mean, I passed.
I failed.
All right. So, can you roll a percentile for me?
Oh,
Do I have
oh no,
to?
I hiccuped. That was a fear hiccup, guys.
37.
All right. So I haven't done this yet, but there's a table you can roll for just like random ass failures.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hate
and
that.
I didn't immediately have an idea, so I'm like, let's just use that today. So a problem solved becomes undone. So I think you get at least a large chunk of the crystals, but, and this isn't exactly what that would suggest, but whatever. It's an idea that came to me when it happened. I think you puncture a significant hole in the hull, enough that you start having depressurization issues.
Oh god.
Zasper,
Yes. What is happening? I'm getting the alerts. What happened?
I slipped.
Okay. Okay. There's some depressurization happening, so I'm assuming you hit somewhere other than the crystal, and the gunk isn't helping. Okay. I'll
Hence
see if
I
I can do
slipped.
anything on this end.
Lexi pops into your ears and says, "We're moving the passengers out of Sector 5, but that is going to make us very cramped for a period of time."
That's okay. How bad is it, Lexi? Is it something that we can patch up now, or do we have to just close off Sector 5 until we reach somewhere?
Given the very tight time frame we are currently under out of external imposition, I think this is something we have to fix later.
Okay, it's better than being a complete failure. Exignis, don't worry, we'll sort this out when we land somewhere.
So I have gotten a Nova point now. But that's not useful for anything just yet. I want to try and pull the bits of the ship, basically like smush it back together.
Well, that's definitely a power roll, like 110% a power roll.
Nope, that makes sense.
And I think that's going to be complexity 3.
Okay. And it worked.
Hey, that's pretty good. All right, so the only reason I think that this actually is going to work is because of your whole gunk. Because you can get it really, really close, and then the whole gunk can fill it out. So I think you actually managed to just like, like cartoons where they just move metal like a sheet in just a really stiff sheet, crunch it together, and then you get the whole gunk to fill it in. And Zasper, you just hear from Lexi, we're repressurizing in Sector 5. What?
I fixed it.
Thank you, Exignis. Lexi, you can tell everyone to go back into Sector 5, I guess. How did you fix it, Exignis?
Pressure sensors are indicating significant disfiguration in the hole in Sector 5.
My ship.
Peacecraft never tells his secrets.
Okay, it's better than nothing still. Okay, we need to get out of here. Get everyone back into Sector 5, Lexi, and again, please keep an eye on, well, Sector 5, because it doesn't sound like that's the greatest solution. Sounds very temporary. So, keep an eye on it.
It does seem to be space-worthy for the time being.
That's all we can really ask for right now.
Is there any more crystal damage that we should know about, especially visible crystal damage?
I've asked the passengers to keep an eye out, and we have people started collecting and cutting off pieces from the inside of the ship. I regret to inform you the dining room table was a casualty.
That's what it sounds like. Oh, God damn it.
I
My
don't
favorite
need.
table.
We are collecting it all to expel it out of an airlock.
Thank you. Yes. How is? You know, we'll ask these questions later
Oh,
because
I
we
should
don't really
also
have much
mention that we have 8 minutes and 12 seconds remaining.
Yes. Okay. And Zasper like just hurries over and just jumps into the pilot seat. Exignis, are you inside yet?
Yes, I say as I like wait for the airlock to open.
So the airlock opens and just ejects a bunch of just pieces of crystals and wood and chunks, sharp shavings of metal past you, and you get in. And this one's actually big enough for a Peacecraft, so it's like not uncomfortable. And closes.
Lexi, can you open up a channel to the Celian, please?
Of course. Do you want me to put Zasper on it with him?
Ooh, that's a
I'm
good
guessing that's a
question.
no.
If I have to think about it for that long, yes.
Oh, I will say that we are getting indication that there's a long distance transmission coming in. Can't decode it yet, but within a few minutes we should have some sort of contact from somewhere very far away.
Oh, hopefully it should be Pax. Hellion should be somewhat reconstructed by now. Connect me to Hellion, please.
All right. There's a little bit of hold music. We're sorry that your planet is being destroyed. However, we value your vote.
Why did we ever decide to work for this bugger?
But you do get patched through relatively quickly. And it just starts with a, ooh, Ignis, sorry about the circumstances, really.
Well, I think the circumstances are completely unnecessary. We've gotten rid of all of the crystal on the ship and on the interior of the ship. As for the people affected by it, we can keep them in quarantine once we are in orbit around a different system. There's no reason to blow us up. Sally, there are children aboard.
Assuming
This
what
is
you said is correct,
Mhm.
you would be right. However, desperate people backed into a desperate corner start to behave more akin to animals. And lying can become second nature.
I am not lying, nor am I at risk of death. You blow me up, I regenerate. The rest of the people on the ship, they do not. I beg of you, think of their lives. If this was someone in your family, if this was you, what would you want the person on your side of the call? What decision would you want them to make?
So you're arguing that because you are personally not at stake, I should trust you more than every other 24 affected ships?
I'm saying that I have no reason to lie to you. And you know that. You're
The
looking...
reason to lie is the same reason why you're talking to me in the first place, to save other people's lives. It's valiant, but it's dangerous.
Celian, I would not lie to you. And I feel like I'm trying to speak to his empathy through my empathy.
What? Oh yeah. I was after a couple. That was next was ask for a roll at that point. And empathy seems appropriate.
Yeah. Complexity.
I actually like. So because he's an NPC, that's determined by his social number, which means it's complexity 4.
But it's still a pass.
Nice. Alright. I believe that you are being honest. I believe that your ship can salvageable with everyone upon it. However, if I play favorites, it's going to look very bad. So I'm going to need you to run.
Pardon?
Off the record, just jet your ship out of here. We'll throw up some moderate resistance. You'll get away. Lives will be saved. We didn't play favorites with people's lives.
Fine. But you delete our ship name from the registry. So if we show up on a different planet, we won't immediately get attacked.
As long as you agree that you're not going to land on another planet until you deal with people who are afflicted.
Understood. And Celian,
Yes.
I hope for both our sakes we never have to work together again. And I hang up. If you, Lexi, if you really think that Zasper should talk to Celian, now's probably the time.
I think you covered things, mostly.
Yeah.
I'll give him the cliff notes.
Probably a good idea. Has a long message come through? Actually, Zasper, I speak through the telepathic link through the bug in my head.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yes.
We have a long-range message coming through. Should be decoded by now.
Lexi, how's that?
We've been able to
message
ascertain that it is from the planet Pax with the designation Helion 420.
Is that? God damn it!
I
I'm
hope
trying
she's
to be
alright.
serious here. God.
Someone died. Track.
Zasper's very upset about it, but that name is very hard for me to keep a straight face with. Okay. Yeah, can you
Should I play the
patch
message?
that message in?
Of course. But before that, we gotta catch up with Helion. So, we find ourselves literally halfway across the universe of Alaxis in Pax. I'm gonna show them Pax because I can do that. Look, it's in the Heart Worlds. Down here, this is where all this shit's happening. Up here, this is Pax. It's great. So you came out very end of last session. You came out for reconstruction, given your new designation. You've been here before. You know the people around here.
Very well.
A little too well, one might argue. They might argue.
They're always very happy to see Helion because she always has a very interesting story to tell about how she died. This time she's being a bit more moody and quiet than usual, which is weird.
There's a Peacecraft who's interfacing with a artificial reality HUD, so that's just like looks like they're pushing buttons in the air, but you know what they're doing, and you know this Peacecraft. Who are they? What's your special little inside joke?
Oh, well, they also keep a running tally of all of her deaths, and they sort of have like a top 10 craziest deaths like chart for Helion and for certain other Peacecraft as well.
Do they have a WooTube channel about it?
They definitely do.
Excellent.
The favorite one is like there was a time during the war where Helion got reconstructed, walked outside, and then immediately there was a bombing raid and she got killed again. So it was literally like 10 seconds or something. It's like the record.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Alright. And I think her name is Gel.
Okay.
She doesn't do the numbering, because not all Peacecraft do. And you gotta rep with that shit. So you
Yeah.
come out, and she's like, so, what was this time?
Huh? What?
What gotcha?
Oh, you know, Ex Ignis had to, mercy kill me. Got in a bit over my head.
We're now recording. So that's normally only procedure with the burn. So what was going on? Where were you?
Yeah, so she kind of like snaps out of it and sort of re-energizes herself. Yeah, so we were sent on mission to Cypriot Prime. You know, had to try and evacuate as many people as possible. You know, big, daring, dangerous mission. And there were these. There were these crystal creatures made from the burn, and they came to life. One of them was a giant crystalline statue of Lucky Star, and I went toe to toe with it, held it off for quite a while. But you know, in order to make sure other people got out safe, I had to, you know, keep fighting it on my own, and unfortunately, it did slip past my defenses, and Exignus was obviously concerned that I would be eradicated by the burn, so he sniped me from a distance.
Oh, he
Did the right thing, you know.
Well, excellent. Thank you. No longer recording. So now we're down to business. Oh, where do you need to go? You know, we got a whole shipment system.
Well, I'm assuming Cyprit Prime may have been consumed by the burn by now, but I do need to get back to Legion. So if I can get back to my crew, then that would be ideal.
Well, there is there are a few options. Good if you're worried they're in danger still, which seems likely given the situation you described.
Yes.
We could do a long distance MI ground contact where you could go into the MI space of their ship and interface there. Not perfect. You could also do the good old Paxson teleport where you just and we put you together somewhere closer.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
Or failing that, you could just try to get someone else to help. There are some this is near Cyprit Prime. There are some ARC ships in the area if they need help.
They can. I help them. They help me get closer to Legion. Is that the idea?
Yeah, I mean, or you know, if the people are still in danger, like they could apply physical assistance to the situation.
Considering how many people we're trying to get off world, I think that might be a good idea.
But why don't you start with a long distance contact? Because that's usually to start. And also you'll need to contact their MI if you want to communicate with them through MI space. Anyway.
Yes, of course. Yep. Sounds good, thank you.
Do that right here. And she pushes a few things in the air. Alright, and recording your message. What do you want to say to them? And this is the part where we now cut to like them receiving the message. It's like
see, now I have to think.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you made it off world, and I hope you rescued as many people as possible. I hope it was worth it. But I'm fine. Thank you very much, Exignus. I appreciate the help. Anyway, I'll be coming by as soon as I can, so I hope you are receiving this message and have a ship full of people.
And then you hear a voice from behind the camera and be like, don't forget to ask their MI for MI contact confirmation.
Oh, of course, yeah. What she said.
Lexi,
Yes?
MI contact information?
It's affirmation. It's like the digital handshake that'll let Hellion manifest into MI space, interact with the ship, have a naturalistic conversation. It's very magic.
Can you? Yeah. It's Hellion pattern.
Yeah, just need to end it on back.
On the plus side, she seems normal.
Well,
Was there a chance that she wouldn't be?
yeah, Lexi and Zasper just look at Exignus.
I left the kiln with no memory of who I was, where I was, or what I was. So yes, apparently there's a chance things can go off. Glitches happen.
Okay. And you still went for your decision. Okay. And Zasper again just just
you
ends the closes down the message and goes back. Just leaves the leaves sector 1 again.
Hellion, you get a message back. As Gel says, and you have MI contact confirmation.
Fantastic.
So just down that, you know the way into the chambers. You'll go leave your consciousness and you'll appear on their ship's MI space. So be careful, because that can mean that your actions can damage their ship.
I know.
Yeah. Now, if you want to talk to anyone else along the way, or try to arrange anything else, that's available.
Thank you very much. I think I'm good for now. I just need to talk to them.
Good. Oh, and we have 2 more people coming out. All right, so I'm gonna be busy. So it was nice talking to you.
Oh, that's Blue Streak. Oh, I bet he's got a great story to tell. Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah. And recording. Oh, you see what we're saying? All right. So, Zasper, where are you heading?
Heading back to the medical bay because we had business there that we didn't quite finish.
That's a truth fact. As you're leaving the room, actually, you do get another. Lexi will interrupt me. We've got another communication from Celion.
Okay.
It's very
Okay.
short.
Can you warm up the?
It's a text communication. It just says hurry up.
Hurry up.
Oh, that's for me. We're fleeing now.
Oh, we've just been noticed that we have been locked on by missiles.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm
I'm piloting Exignis. I don't know what you did, but
No
can
need.
you
I'm gonna hack
apply?
directly. I'm gonna hack directly into Legion. Because I have a special skill for this.
It's your hack in. I'm in.
Mhm. I can hack into the pilot controls that I need to make a skill roll. So I've never gotten the keys to this ship. Ever. But
Yeah, no. And this is
Excellent.
probably why. Like he doesn't. That's why doesn't want to give you the keys anymore.
But who needs keys when you can interface directly with the lovely Lexi herself? She's very nice.
Alright, so this enters in our shift to first space combat.
Ooh.
Be fun.
How's that working?
Iza.
Bye.
Actually, it's pretty simple because it's like very similar to normal combat, which is really convenient. Iza, choose a color.
Wait, I've forgotten which colors are available.
There's dark blue, there's lime green, there's like a pale blue, and there's an orange.
Oh, I'll take orange because that's the color Helion is.
And it's not going to be a problem if those look similar to Adamalie because you are just up in this corner in MI space.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what exactly are my capabilities here?
So in MI space, you can interface with most of the functions of the ship. Notably, you can also defend it from digital incursions, like hacking and stuff like that. Like people can physically, quote unquote, enter MI space and say try to attack Lexi, and you can be like, no, because Lexi can't protect herself.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Wait, does hacking
Notably,
really
in
pilot
MI
the
space,
ship?
you can never use physical skills. You can only use mental or social.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm sure
All the
that's
things
not
she's
gonna be a problem,
best
right?
All the things, yeah, I was gonna say all the things that she's great at, she just can't do.
She's got good knowledge and good suave.
Right. So, Lexi will spit out a little information to you because as this is also Nat framing the fight, we have the Accord ahead, up top. It has launched 2 missiles at you. There's also 2 interceptor jets. They are all currently in your 4 far zone. Now, when you move the ship, Your ship doesn't move because it's big and clunky and has lots of models on it. You just move the things relative to them. So, like, for instance, if you rotate to the right, they'll all rotate around left to represent that. If you try to jet past them, they'll get closer, and then if you do it again, then they'll be behind you. That's how that works.
Sweet.
If you want to run from a combat, you have to get all of the pursuing enemies into your aft far zone, and then succeed on a number of checks based on how hard it is to run away. You do not get a free move with the ship. You can move the ship from Sector 1 or Sector 5 in the engine rooms, or in this blue square up front, which isn't labeled, but I'm pretty sure is where you fly from.
Okay.
You physically move throughout the ship using squares. MI space can access guns, but not movement.
Okay.
If you have a fixed gun, they are front, I believe. They shoot front. If you have ones that are variable, they can shoot wherever you want. So you got to coordinate with whoever's flying to then shoot, which is why it's really important that in space combat you get to choose the order you all act in, because you'd be like, okay, pilot, line us up so I can blow it the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that kind of explains Zasper's abilities then, because he can split up, so you can just be his,
I would
they can be
imagine.
their own crew.
Yeah. So, there are 2 interceptors and 2 missiles from the Accord in air after you. And I realize blue can be Lexi, who's also in MI space.
Okay. So yeah,
I find
this
I find there's a simple solution to this. Flip the ship. They're in the far zone. We need them in the aft far zone. So clearly, all we need to do is a barrel roll, a somersault.
I don't think you can actually do that.
Yeah, and we also have
You
a
can
bunch of people
turn
who aren't strapped in.
And
Yeah,
turn,
like
and you
so
can
many people.
A huge amount of people and a huge amount of resources as well.
It's fake gravity, folks. It's gonna stay on. But fine, I'll go starboard. I'll pivot the ship starboard.
so you could just try to jet past them, and if in 2 movements you'd get them close, and then you'd get them behind you.
I don't know. I think I want the angled approach because it'll still get them. It feels like we're establishing a bit more distance because I don't really need to get them in the aft far zone. I need to get them away from me. So if I keep going starboard, they're forced to turn around.
Yeah, and that is how it works. If you like were turned and then went, every time you move away, they glom together behind you. They all just yeah. I think. Probably.
Like X-wings entering a trench. So, let's turn this bird starboard.
All right, so you're turning to the right. So you got to say difficulty 2, and there isn't like a piloting skill. The piloting skill is whatever skill you can sell me on.
I think it is definitely athletic. No,
It could be athletics. You're like, gripping the wheel.
I mean,
race car
technically
energy.
they're not. What are they?
Oh, no. If you're hacking,
yeah, I am hacking. I think this is a computer's
but
check.
you are on the front, so you could grip the wheel, so to speak. You are in sector 1.
I think computers seems like the right role for this.
All right. So it starts with complexity 2 because we're in combat.
Mm-hmm. Pass. I have a
Hell yeah.
condition on all my mental
Yeah.
stats.
Still. All right. So you move the ship, rotate it 1 towards starboard. So all of these enemies are gonna just, one at a time seems like the answer here.
Mm-hmm.
As they slip around. Notably, that does not make the missiles miss. Those are their own actions.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Can I do another action?
Totally, yeah. It's like normal combat where you can just keep going until you bust.
Let's do a feint. A feint to starboard again, so they would be in my aft section, but we're not going to go that. We're going to get the missiles to shoot past us instead.
Okay. You're gonna try to use that action to dodge missiles.
Yes, and I feel like
With
this is
labor.
very much... Yeah, I feel like this is very much a deceive.
Let's do it. Yeah, that seems
Yeah.
fine to me.
Complexity 3. Fail.
which makes excellent. So you go for a feint, but missiles are like, nah, B, I'm a computer program, and they just right at you.
That's it's not impressive.
And
So
Nat gets a collapse point.
Ugh.
I love
there's
those.
no burn cannons here, right?
There are no burn
You
cannons
better watch
present.
out.
Better not cry.
Oh my god, Legion's still pretty
Alright.
badly bashed up from the last fight as well.
Zasper, why don't you go next? Because Hellion will into MI space last for the round.
Yes. Ooh, so where am I right now? There. How much is the free move? How much is free movement? Or do you know, as Zasper?
So as a person inside the ship, you get free movement. I think that should be on your character sheet.
Oh yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
There we go. And the grid is what you follow. So 5 is 5 squares.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I can get here, right? 2 of these.
Oh yeah, totally.
Is that the? So are the missiles within range from here? I can't remember. Is this the fixed turret or the
I have the
ones that can
ship
move?
sheet up. So you have a fixed turret and a pivot turret, and both are in sector 1. So I want to say that's I think because it's like forward that's the fixed turret.
right?
Yeah, they're bigger. So you gotta go to the other side. To this
Okay.
guy.
Can I reach that? I don't think I can. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think I can.
Well, you can take an extra move action. Which will
Yeah,
be
I'll do that.
2 athletics.
Yeah, flex is not too bad. I mean,
Or actually, this time because I did put you there, you could just say that like bank error in your favor and you get there, but now you've actually moved, you get to.
I'm fine with going with that. I gotta go with that. Yeah, and I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna try and see if I can blast out. Will I be able to aim in that direction? I don't think so.
So, because it's a pivot turret, I believe you should be able to shoot the missiles wherever they are. The missiles are also not like in a proper arc, so to speak.
Okay.
So give me a probably ranged combat roll.
Yeah. I hit roll. Oh my god.
I'm proud of you.
My luck hasn't changed. No, it hasn't.
Aw.
Right. So, everything is going crazy. You're all like, how do we fly this thing? We don't even know. And Lexi just says, it seems that Hellion has entered MI space. I will be there to help her with the transition. As Hellion, you enter MI space, and it's just the weirdest feeling. Also, in MI space, you don't have to look at yourself. It's like, have you ever thought of like the Matrix personas thing? Like you can look whatever you want. You can look total shitpost anime meme. So,
oh my god, she's totally in
how
like if there was a mecha video game version of Helion, like kind of like like her,
like
all the
chibi
light up,
or
like a chibi-ish version of her, and then like all the bits of her that normally light up blue, so like the feathers on her wings and her visor are all just like streaking different colors and stuff, as she kind of like materializes there and is like, oh, I can do whatever I want, and kind of just starts messing around with it before actually doing anything useful.
Lexi appears and informs you that we are under assault. I'm going to need you to help me shoot the guns. Please.
Oh, hell yeah, I can totally do that. Hang on, 1 second. How does this look? And then she'll like completely change her color scheme so that like her body is blue, but the wings are orange. And then they start going all like rainbow colors, like switching between gradients and hues and stuff. I just thought, new Helion 420 now. So should I change up my look? This is a good way to experiment, don't you think?
And right now seems like the exact time to do it.
Yes, I agree. Anyway, how do I take control of these guns? I want to shoot some stuff.
The missiles should be hitting us in about 7 seconds. So could you?
Perfect.
And she waves her hand, and the a in area replica in MI space replica of the gun turret appears. It's like, It's like riding a bike. Except remember that it's like all in your mind. And you can empathize with it, because it's magic.
Makes total sense.
Just shoot the guns with your emotions. It'll be fine.
This again.
This again. But this time it's not me who did it. You can blame James and Picasso.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I've got a lot of emotions. Let's shoot some people out of the sky.
Yeah, and as you get into it, you see light ups of readouts where you can actually see what's going on and like targeting and shit. She suggested quite strongly that you shoot the missiles, but you don't actually have to do that.
I mean, that is what she's going to do. She'll very quickly assess the situation and realize those missiles are going to hit the ship. So she's like, never fear, Helion 420 is here, and we'll aim at the first missile, the closest missile. Oh, and by the way, she'll like figure out how to patch that through the intercom so that you both know that she's here.
Yeah. And everybody in the ship hears it, all the people you rescued from the planet. Excellent. Anyway, yeah, so normally it'd be ranged combat, but it's not ranged combat, because that's a physical skill.
What do I roll? I mean, she has just kind of...
except in physical that you can justify. Remember, it is magic.
I mean, if I may, I think because you are using the pure power of your emotions, you were like presencing hard.
Yeah, I was about to suggest either presence or empathy because she was just told, like, you do this with feelings. And she's just kind of come in quite bombastically, so I'm going to say presence. Like,
I would also say, float that you're being pretty cool, relaxed. You could suavely
could suave it.
Some missiles.
Could suave it. What?
Up to you. It's up to you.
What difficulty is that? Is this going to be?
So we start with difficulty 2, and then your second one will be difficulty. There's 2 missiles, so you're making 2 rolls here. So a 2 into 3.
Do I have to use the same stat both times?
Absolutely not. Just describe how you do it differently.
Excellent. Okay, so the first time, because she's just come in and said what she said, it's going to be presence. I'm definitely not doing this so that I can get a Nova point. Yeah, please don't fail, Helion. Come on. Wait, I can't even see the fucking thing. What did I do?
That's 2 2s.
Excellent. Great. Won't let me look at the thing where... There we go.
Collapse point. Collapse point.
Right.
Well,
maybe you should fear that Helion 420 is here.
Oh no.
But I still get a Nova point.
You do. You still get a Nova point. So here's what happens. You failed to stop the missiles, so you get struck by both the missiles, and Legion 68, your ship, takes 2 damage. Now you have a shield, so you're down to 1 health level.
Oh god.
And
no
shields.
Oh, no shields. That sounds about right, yep. I'll mark that on our sheet.
I think Nat really did.
Well, Nat put us down to 1 health level. We should have 4, I think.
No, because we took 3 damage last session from the burn laser.
Right.
Remember that?
Don't get hit. Just Isaiah this shit. Don't get hit. That's the name of the fight.
Okay, so I kind of fucked that up, so maybe you should move faster. You hear over the intercom.
Yeah, the whole ship rocks once and then twice in Star Trek style, and next he goes, it is helpful if you hit the missiles.
I'm trying. I just woke up, Lexi.
Did I miss the section where Helion came aboard?
Oh, you two here. Helion has entered MI space with me. I am coaching her through attempting to help.
Is this really
Doing
the
my
best
best.
brunch?
Okay. So, this is we go back to the top of the round, which is where Nat says what the enemies intend to do. Oh,
Yep.
Also, the end of the round, not alongside the missiles, the interceptors are moving. So the interceptors are going to move to this one's going to move to the 4 far zone, and this one's going to move to the port near zone. They move 1 space towards you. The Accord didn't move this round because it shot missiles instead, and it's angry like that. the Accord is next going to initiate a hacking attack. So if unless it is stopped, it's going to generate a virus attack in MI space that Hellion will have to deal with. And the interceptors, or the one that is in the near zone, is going to try to shoot you, and the one in the far zone is also going to try to shoot you, but it's going to move first.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is what we like to see, folks. A total party kill on the 4th episode. After one of us has already
Two of you
died.
can breathe in space.
I won't die. I'm not here.
Yeah, Hellion's fine. You
I'm
can die in
fine.
MI space. If the thing like a
Oh my
manifests
god,
and
if you
hurts
die
you
in the
enough,
game, do you
you
die
could
for
die.
real?
If you die in the game, you
Oh,
die in real
no.
life. Izzo, we have a sniper stationed outside your house right now.
Good lord. So long as no, one
really,
references
you
Ready
should
Player One,
only
we'll
be
fine.
worried for Jasper right now. Totally. And
Also,
all the
the ship
innocent
full
people.
of refugees. Yeah.
Also, all the innocent people.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the declared actions. Back to you guys. You can take your actions in whatever order you desire.
So, you said movement isn't free, right? If I
Movement
want to
for
move,
the ship isn't free, but movement for you get one free.
but I want to move the ship.
Yeah, you gotta roll for that shit.
Okay. First, I'm going to turn starboard again.
Sure, so you're gonna rotate them so that two of them will be behind you and one will be to your port.
Left. Yeah.
Yep. Rotate enemies left is honestly speaking how you want to affect the enemies is probably the clearer way to do it in this system.
Oh yeah, rotate all the enemies towards the right, counterclockwise.
Looks like clock on wall.
You have to like imagine a clock. Like, okay, cool.
So we literally have a clock right there. All right, so give me a roll. Complexity 2. What you thinking?
I think. Woof. I mean, I think he's bolstered, so I feel like he's taking a move from Hellion, even though he doesn't know it, and is gonna like use the force of his energy because he's hacked into this to turn the ship. So I think I'm rolling with presence.
Sure, I can buy that. You can fly a ship with your epic sci-fi presence.
Yep. I'm a robot. I have presence in computers. It's fine.
I'm actually
Oh,
really
thank
a
God.
fan of presence as the name of a thing in RPG. It has like I like it. I like it.
Me too. I pass, so we definitely do turn the ship.
All
And
right.
thus-
So the interceptor on the that's near on port goes to aft near. The Accord is now thoroughly behind you, and this interceptor rotates around that way.
Right. And now we move the ship forward.
Okay. So if you do that, that'll push them all to be at aft far, and then you have to make more rolls to successfully leave the combat. That will not keep the interceptors from moving and shooting you, though.
I don't want to
Notably.
kill them. I've already murdered enough
but
this campaign.
Oh, you can just roll to pilot the ship to dodge attacks. That you can do that.
Oh.
You can like move the ship to like actually move the ship, and then you can move the ship to like be evasive. It's kind of weird. There's both.
Makes sense.
You know, I see what you mean. I still think though that I want to push it.
All right. Push it.
I was thinking it, didn't want to say it.
All right. So same roll, but complexity 3? Question mark.
Yeah. Very much in this mindset of, fuck. Very much in that mindset. Why am I making
We're
decisions?
dead.
So instead of
we're gonna
gaining a
shot this
collapse
guy.
point, I think as you pushing the ship, there's a moment where you hear like a and Lexi goes, I believe your patch job in the back has blown out.
Lexi, can you get everyone out in Sector 5 just out of there?
Cameras are showing we've lost a passenger.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Just can you make sure we don't
I'm
lose any
watching
more?
them suffocate in the void of space as we speak.
Lexi? Not right now.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Can you make sure that everyone else is clearing out from that sector and we can just close it off when everyone's
Everyone else is
evacuated?
clearing out as we speak.
Thank you.
Get as many people into Sector 4 as possible. It's the most internal, so it's the least... It's going to suffer the least damage.
Yeah, no one ever shoots us on our bottom or our top. There aren't game mechanics for that.
You're doing the thing again, Lexi. You're saying words
Game
that don't
mechanics?
make sense.
What do you mean, Lexi? What? This isn't a game.
I'm going to preclude myself from answering that question.
Lexi's out here breaking the fourth wall. Okay,
It's okay, we just lost one red shirt. It's fine.
yeah,
not
that's
wrong.
where again is gonna try and shoot at, who is that? The one that's nearest to us right now. On
The interceptor at the bottom.
yeah.
Right.
Gonna try and we're gonna try and shoot them with a range.
The pivot gun. So is your goal to hurt them or the goal to make them miss you?
Make them miss me. Yeah, I realized. I remember you
Okay.
can't do both. Yeah, for them to miss me. I hope I'm lucky. Oh, thank fuck.
Bam. All right. So you've made that interceptor take very evasive maneuvers, and their attack will not go through on you. They're doing
And,
barrel rolls. Use the boost to chase.
How much health do I have? Oh, not enough. Do a flip. No. I'm gonna stop there because I don't trust my dice to succeed again.
Right.
So yeah, I wanna.
Do you want to use your free move to get towards somewhere else? Do you want to try to take like a computer's action? Because you could try to stop the hacking incursion.
But that
Um,
could still cause a collapse point if he
Oh,
fails.
it could. It could.
Yeah,
It-
and I'm still my mental stats aren't great right now. I still have a.
Maybe you should just run to the
Injury on
med
that.
bay so you can try to fix yourself.
I'm thinking about it. I'll be honest. Probably not right now.
What needs fixing is my self-esteem.
So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end stop there. Just say, Helion, if you can take over the turrets as well and take them, I don't know, distract the other ones.
Something else just happened, but I'm on it.
Once again, we find ourselves in a situation where we rely on Hellion to avoid the ship exploding. I hope it goes better this time.
It
Hey,
probably won't.
Hey, the ship did not explode last time.
We're very close to it happening now. Like very close.
If the port side interceptor is not disrupted, it will likely cause the destruction of the ship, or at least it will cause destruction of me.
But there's also this virus. Is that something you can deal with, or do I need to deal with that?
You need to deal with that, but that is a delay threat.
Okay, let's take out this thing then. And I'll shoot at... What was it again? Sorry.
The interceptor in the port zone.
Yeah, I'll shoot at that. With my suaveness this time. Come on. Please. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Of course,
Alright,
look,
so you-
of course it's me, so I roll the two lowest numbers as well.
Alright, so they have 2 HP, so if you hit them twice with the pivot gun or once with the fixed gun, they die.
Okay.
Or you can just disrupt it and make it miss its attack. What you want to do?
Does Helion know that these are, like, Celion's people attacking them? Like, is she aware
I
of
don't...
that?
Alexi hasn't explained it.
She's just gonna try and destroy them then.
Alright. So, you strike it true for a point of damage. One of the engines is burning and smoking a little bit, but it's still, like, space-worthy. It's hurting you.
Mm-hmm. So can I just, like, try and shoot again?
Yeah,
On a
totally.
higher complexity.
Lexi 3.
Come on. Yes!
Boom.
Boom.
And with another pew, pew, pew blast, the ship just explodes.
Haha! Got it!
Hellion, No!
What? They're attacking you!
Yes, they're Celian's people.
Well, you could have explained that before I started shooting at them.
I
I can't
too-
tell that in here.
I was too busy trying not to explode.
Yeah, all the extra neon makes it really hard to tell like iconography. Sorry, should have mentioned.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Why the fuck is he attacking us anyway? What did you do?
We
Did you
had
try and kill
crystals on
him?
our ship. No. We had crystals on our ship. Speaking of which, we can talk about this later. Can we try not to die?
Well, they're not going to destroy us now, so you're welcome.
All right, so Hellion. Anything else?
What would I have to do to deal with this hacking attack? Like, what is that?
That's probably a computer's role to stop
Okay,
it
so
outright. Once it's
my-
here, you can like fight it with your emotions, but right now it's compute.
So my computer die is 4, and I'll now be on complexity
Ooh.
4, so I'm not going to do that this
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
Nope. Anything else?
James
you would
Corden
like to-
gif. No, I'm done. She feels a little bit guilty about killing those people without realizing it, but you know, whatever. They
Yeah.
were trying to kill us.
I mean, true. All right, so the so this one just this one at the bottom just stays here. It was trying to, I guess it starts to move around. I think the other way. The Accord is not actually trying to give chase properly. It's just fucking with you on your way out. Also, it's like 9 HP, so you're probably not blowing it up.
Nope.
Yeah. So it's just
I mean,
hanging
we
out
could
there.
try.
You could try. Within MI space, magenta lightning starts to crackle as a. It looks almost like one of those elementals where there's like pieces of like metal suspended in it, and then it's just fire. But it's like neon magenta fire, and this is like Lecture says, and this would be the virus attack.
That's a very good aesthetic. I might have to steal that after I kill you.
We're just living our dreams right now.
Literally.
Hello, Raiders.
Oh, hello.
We're having our first ship combat.
We're fighting in space.
Bang.
Space.
Space.
All right.
Space.
So this virus has manifested into MI space, and it brings back one of its segmented arms, and a tongue, like a whip of fire, forms, and it begins to lash back, aiming at Lexi. Nah, actually, I think it just goes for Hellion.
Fine. Do I just have like whatever health levels and all that shit I would normally have?
Yeah. So you
in-
can't.
in
The
MI space?
rules that make MI space different is that everyone can always get to everyone. There's no like running away. You can't use physical skills, and you can't use your equipment.
Okay.
That's it. Those are
Okay.
the only rules.
So I can't
Okay.
use my shield generator, but I can attack it with
Oh yeah.
feelings.
Feelings. Punch.
Okay, got it.
That's the rules. All right, so that's what that one is declared for its action. This interceptor, the remaining interceptor, is going to try and shoot the ship, and I think the Accord is firing one more missile, kind of half-heartedly. Pretty far away at this point, so I think that one's actually you're actually gonna have 2 turns to deal with that one.
Okay.
All right, back to y'all. So you have an interceptor who's trying to blow you up, a computer virus that's trying to destroy, magic computer virus is trying to hurt Hellion quite badly, and a missile that is pretty far out and approaching. Who wants to go first?
If I may, because I've been doing it non-stop. I want to push the ship forward.
Reasonable.
Yeah, I thought about it very hard before I said that. No, I want to push the ship forward, but I want to kind of like I think he's still putting his presence into this. I still think this is like really about putting all of his emotional strength behind this need. In the second, he and Legion, they are one. Sorry, Jasper. Because, you know, they are the ship, and the ship is them. There's no Lexi. There is no Ex-Ignis for this 1 second. They're just a conglomerate of people trying to survive.
That's like poetic.
Thank you. I try.
Fail your dice roll and we can move on.
Oh, bloody hell.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was
thank
close.
So you passed.
Mm-hmm.
So this one moves back, and this wreckage starts to fall behind. I'm just tracking the wreckage for style points. That's literally the only reason it's around still.
And now, I'm going to open a comm to the interceptor.
Sure.
Is that possible?
Yeah. So you just do it yourself because you're hacking in. So do I want that to be a roll? You're just trying to talk to them, right? You're not trying to like hack their ship or something.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to try and talk them down long enough that I can get away.
Okay. That I don't think you need to roll computers for to establish the contact. I think the channel comes up, and they don't respond initially. They don't open up. What do you say?
Lexi, transmit an image of one of the refugees on the ship. Pick anyone.
How about that image of that person who was sent into space?
No,
And-
we're saving that one for later.
Oh, okay. And she says the images have been sent, and you just hear a soft gasping.
Now send the one. I think I'm definitely trying to get their feelings. Get them to feel.
Roll me some empathy.
I like it when I roll empathy because I got a D12.
I'm
Yep.
empathic. I'm gonna make you feel feelings and stop killing me.
Yep. I have to admit, this is one reason I love BurnBryte. I'm using empathy to beat combat.
Yeah. There's a spaceship trying to blow up the ship I'm on. I'm using empathy to stop it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So were you trying to get them to not attack or get them to fall behind?
To slow down long enough for me to go.
Okay.
Because really,
Well-
I'm pushing forward. Yeah.
Escape.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, they're gonna drop back. And I think that's also gonna block their movement on the turn, so they're not gonna jump back up at the end of the turn. Do you want to keep going?
What are
Push your
these?
luck I really love the fact that this game's core turn mechanic is a push your luck minigame. It's pretty fun.
What are these rolls actually? Because now we've gotten to the point where we can flee, we can escape, but there's a series
So-
of rolls I have to do.
So it's the same. You roll to move the ship. You just have to do a number of them. Normally, it would be equal to the number of enemies in your aft far zone. But because the Accord is actually not trying to pursue you, I think it would just be one in this scenario.
Okay.
So if you just push the ship one more time, those enemies will just fall off, and you'll just have a space invader virus to deal with.
I get that. One more image comes through, and this time it's of one of the lucky ones, one of the families that did make it through together, happily, sitting, being thankful. This was before the battle broke out, and there's only two spoken words that come through from Ex-Ignis, and it's "Thank you." As I push forward one more time.
Give me that complexity 4 roll.
I will. I'm scared. Oof. We won the day
you
with
get-
feelings.
You get a message back. It's not a verbal message. It's actually a text, and it just says, fly safe.
Nice. Also, thank you, Dicey Amazons, for the raid.
Yes. Alright, so these enemies have fallen off the map. Put them like that. You still have a missile coming, because the missiles don't stop.
Yeah.
And you have a space virus. Magical space virus. Also, Adam Ali, is Exignis done? You could keep going. Okay, you're done. Gotcha. Drac or Izza? Who's next?
I'll go. I want to. She's aware that there's a missile incoming, but she sees the virus going for Lexi, and I'm gonna try and, I guess, punch it with my feelings or something.
So what does that look like in sci-fi hack combat?
So like, you know how I mentioned like, oh, she kind of looks like a chibi video game version of herself right now. So she's just gonna like, you know, there'll be like these colorful pixels that like blow up around her hands that make them into these like giant oversized video game fist things, and she's just gonna like
and
they're gonna be
pop out of it when you hit?
Oh, obviously. No, but she's also gonna like, because she's seen the virus as this like magenta fire, like the gloves that like, I'm thinking of like the twin fists from Hades, like they appear on her hands and they're like flaming and purple. She's like, two could play at that game.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and punch it with my feelings.
Trying to hurt it?
Oh yeah, trying to get it. Hurt it or just get it away from. Oh, it's not trying to attack Lexi, actually, it's just trying to attack me, isn't it?
Yeah, it's trying to. Now that being said, its weapon looks pretty gnarly. But you're fresh. You just reformed on PAX, so like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I'm good. I've got my flaming twin fists. I used
Fists
Suave
of
last time,
Malphon.
so I think I'll use Suave this time as well.
Hit me.
Hell yeah! So she like
Alright.
punches this like magenta flame, envelops it. She's like going full aesthetic. What a surprise! Hellian's having a great time.
Hallian's got style.
Slam into it, and when you hit it, like it has that like pixelation effect that you see in like
Oh yeah.
movies that are trying to be video gamey, where like parts of it fall apart
Scott
into
Pilgrim.
pixels and disappear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that style.
Yeah.
And you deal you deal a health level to it.
Okay.
You want to keep going? It's not dead.
Yeah, she's like, Lexi, how resilient is this thing?
Moderate to high.
How do I always end up one-on-oneing these things? And I'll go and punch it again.
To be perfectly honest, I think Dasper might join you shortly.
Okay. Also, someone needs to take care of that missile, by the way, and then I'll go to punch it again.
Sure.
Yay. I do like an uppercut.
Is it to do damage or just because it's still attacking, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Hellian's trying to end its career.
Yes. She didn't get the satisfaction of killing the giant crystal robot. She wants to kill something. Let's ignore that she just killed a whole ship full of people.
It was an interceptor. It's like one pilot.
It's a fighter.
It's fine.
And that person might have had a family, you know. Like they'll probably in that ship provide so they can pay and provide for that family, but you know.
All right. So, crash land. All right.
I
so
apologize. My internet crapped out.
make me a roll and then describe how it goes after we see the result.
I just did one.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
a roll
did.
already.
You did. I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed it. All right.
I said she does an uppercut, and then like the purple flames, you know, streak on the floor around her and gather up around her, and she just punches it into the air.
Ooh, I love that. I missed that. I missed all of that.
Yeah.
I think I just said I uppercut it and rolled. I didn't describe the whole thing.
Oh, I'm feeling very
But yeah.
ADHD right now. All right, you smack it. It takes a second point of damage. It has like it doesn't like have a proper head, but it has a point where like the shoulders slope up into a bump where there's like two eyes, and it flips backwards. It takes a second health level of damage. Keep going. Push your luck.
Nah.
Now already has like 2 collapse points, I think.
I have 3 collapse points right now because first round you all busted, and I haven't spent them because the
God.
Court wasn't really trying that hard.
We also got them to do that with empathy. So,
I love how in MI combat you can just be like, yeah, I'm gonna attack you with my ability to look cool attacking you.
Yeah. That's why I'm laying into the aesthetic so much, because I'm rolling with Suave.
nice.
Knowing that Nat has 3 collapse points makes me nervous.
Nothing is as rude as those burn Sporzoids who just like said, all right, health level negative, not health level, negative conditions every time.
Yeah, that was
I have
awful.
collapse points.
Yeah.
Also, what's gonna happen to you? Die? You can't.
I mean,
I can though. If this thing.
If I die in the game, I die for real.
I mean, I'm actually curious. What happens if they
No,
die
actually,
in my space?
Hellion will die. Hellion 421 will be made and
Okay.
probably come back.
And that's illegal, as we know, because Hellion 420 has to live forever now that she's Hellion 420.
I don't know.
So-
Look,
I don't
look,
think
is
about
it,
it.
I'm not
Maybe
saying
maybe
I
that's
have
the work
421
come and
ready,
help.
but
I know you did because you put it in our Discord chat, and I was very angry with you.
I mean, to be fair,
In that,
he's-
if you give me like a couple of Nova points, Zasper will forget to come and help Hellion in my space, and she just might like happen to die. You know?
I can't be bought with that kind of. Give me like some good backstory reason, then we can talk.
Track, I'm beginning to wonder if you're doing this for story reasons or if you're doing this for you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's definitely doing it for him. Right?
A little bit of both.
Drac has made it very evident that he is not on board with this meme.
All right, so what's Hellion doing?
Oh God.
I already got 3. What's worse? I get a 4th one? What's gonna happen?
True.
Yeah,
True.
it's worse. 4 is worse than 3.
If you're rolling with a D12,
I'm rolling with a D10.
D10.
Unless I can punch him with knowledge.
If you can find a way.
Yeah, you while hitting it, you
literal
figured
is
out there was
just
a
what
weak
you can
point.
justify to me.
Yeah. Oh, can I like... In order to punch him with knowledge, can I be sort of trying to figure out a way to maybe like disable it and get it out of the system or something? Does that work?
Yeah, you could be like, okay, let's use my understanding this thing to strike its weak points. And
Yeah, like I've hit it a couple of times. Like I feel like she's observed it a little bit. Like trying to go for a weak point or try to find a way to like knock it out of MI space.
Sure. What's that look like? That's what's gonna sell me. Is it?
Well, we're going like full on video game anime bullshit here. So I think she like
Oh, yeah.
takes a few steps back and kind of does one of those like those kind of things, and like this beam of light erupts from her visor or something.
She like pushes up her glasses and it's a glint.
Oh yeah. Complexity 4, D12, go.
Come on, Hellion.
yeah,
It's good. You blast this thing for another point of damage, and this the light of your massive brain cortex envelops it. In brightness dissipates. It is still standing.
Oh, fuck's sake!
I'm assuming you're done now, because it's
Yeah, I
5
think I'm
is
done
hard.
now. Yeah,
As
I'm
it
done now.
Brings
Wait, do you
its
get
whip
another point for
around.
that?
yeah.
Oh wait, do I get?
You need 4.
Oh,
you
so
need
I
you
need
need
one
complexity
more.
You have to
5.
succeed at the complexity 5 to get the advantage.
That's-
Are you
yeah,
not done? Are you not done? Are you gonna keep
Wait.
going forward?
So hold
Stop
up.
trying to goad me, Nat.
Don't you have a skill
Is
that
it?
allows
It's
you?
literally my job.
Is it? Don't you have a skill that allows you to start combat with 1 advantage?
No, I don't.
Ah,
What are advantages anyway? Have we used advantages? How do
Okay,
they
so you
work?
generate advantages when you make like, what is this enemy? Let's identify it. Oh, let's set up for something later. And then you get a party pool, and then you can spend them for abilities or to reroll 1 die after it's rolled.
Okay.
Right, yeah, I have
And
an
it's in
ability
the
that lets me
collective.
use an advantage to heal someone I'm combined with.
Okay, that sounds cool.
And you can get around with the ship, by the way.
I can, but I don't have enough Nova points to do that right now, sadly.
Yeah.
Unless because I'm in MI space. I can
Is
just
it
do
three?
it.
Well, wait, actually, no, fuck, no, that does work because you have with the combine ability is something that still works in MI space because it's not one of those things that doesn't work, and Lexi is in MI space, so you can combine with Lexi and then heal Lexi for an advantage.
But would it be argued that the ability to heal is stored within Helion's
No.
actual body? Because it's a thing.
It's not equipment. The only thing that doesn't work is
Yeah.
equipment.
I can still use
Another
ability
thing
as
is
long as it's not a
specifically says-
physical, as long as it's not a physical roll.
That being said, do you want to? What do you want to do?
I mean, hang on, sorry, let me read the combine ability because I don't think I have to roll for that. So what? Wait, let me read the ship combine one because they're different. Sorry, everyone.
You can
Should be
click
a
on the
normal
roll
combine ability.
Nova
I
ability.
am. I'm reading it. I'm reading it. I have a shared. You're equipped. Engines. It's like-
But yeah, so I'm reading the normal combine ability, and literally you have to move, which you can do in MI space because you have a free move. So you'd spend your free move to move on to Lexi, envelop her in a protective cocoon, and keep going.
Yeah, the ship combine ability says that it we have a shared pool of health levels with the ship's MI. So because I have full health right now, that would presumably help Lexi,
Yeah.
and I don't have to roll for that one either. So if you're saying I can just do that because I'm in MI space already, like yeah, I'll do
so
that.
your
With the end of my
options
turn.
here are spend a Nova point to merge your health pools, or you could just combine normally, generate an advantage somehow, and then heal Alexi. Both are viable options.
Okay, well I just got that one Nova point, so what would Lexi's health pool become? Would it just become my health pool of 4?
+1 because she has 1 health.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna spend my 1 Nova point and I'm just gonna combine with Lexi. So Helion kind of, like looks between the virus and Lexi, like seeing that the virus still hasn't gone down, and she's just like, you know what, Lexi, I apologize in advance, but this is gonna help, I promise. And she like runs full pelt for Lexi and kind of does the like, the cool.
That's Lexi's response.
Trust me, it's gonna help. And she just like runs and like wraps her arms around her, and then her form just kind of like transforms all around Lexi and combines with Lexi.
What does the outcome look like?
What does Lexi's MI representation look like?
So her MI representation. So normally when she grounds into physical space, she looks like a human woman with like brown hair and then in MI space, however, she's like a floating. She's still roughly the same shape, but it's like a nexus, like you might find like one of those like big brain galaxy brain images, but the blues swirling around, and still in the rough shape of a human, also a little bit bigger.
Yeah. So this like rough humanoid shape suddenly sprouts like pieces of armor and these huge wings like Helions. Hell yeah. It's so cool. Oh, and a visor like snaps down over her face. And Helion's like, see, I told you. Don't you feel better?
This will protect me.
Yes.
Now, Isa, I regret to inform you, your turn's still not over.
I know. But does being combined do it? Like, hang on, do anything for?
No, so I'm reading it right now. You're fine. If you move off of Lexi, you decombine. Lexi moves for the group.
Okay, then I'm just gonna stay on Lexi for now because now we've got.
But everyone can reach everyone in my space, so you could still attack the thing if you wanted to.
Oh, okay. On complexity 5.
But now Lexi has HP, so it's okay, right?
It's possibly.
Oh, you know what's really cool? Technically, we 3 are combined together.
Yeah. Technically.
Yeah.
Can three
technically.
characters be combined? Anyway, James, you're in the chat. Answer this question. Can three characters combine?
I mean, it's
Oh,
not
yeah, there's
technically combined,
powerful.
but like
Yeah, we're not technically
combined.
combined. I'm hacked into the ship and can move Lexi. Lexi moves Hellion because Lexi is combined with Hellion. Which, wow. Sorry, Zasper.
So, you gonna attack something? Or you done now? Shoot a missile?
Zasper still has a turn, right?
Yeah, Zasper hasn't acted.
Yeah, Zasper hasn't gone yet. I feel like Nat's just trying to goad me, which makes me want to do it, but also annoys me.
I'm sorry, I'm annoying.
You know what? Let's see what happens. Let's see what
Alright,
happens.
complexity
We've got-
Might as
5.
well.
Yes.
Combine with Lexi and use your knowledge blast.
I'm gonna use my knowledge blast again. Come on, damn it!
Collapse
Fail.
point.
Collapse point. Oh well.
We saw that one
Alright.
coming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the virus is going to swirl its magenta fire whip, deflect the knowledge blast, and deal 1 point of damage to your combined health pools.
Okay.
And then it's going to swing its magenta murder whip around, and it's going to come around and pierce up on the side, smashing the armor into pixelated bits, coming out the other side and do 2 more health levels.
Ooh. Okay.
So we're back down.
Oh wait,
to
sorry.
where we started.
That part doesn't happen yet because first Zasper gets to go. My bad. It's
Oh,
going to do that.
yeah.
It's going to do that
Okay.
unless Zasper can play hero. Sorry for forgetting you, Drac.
No, it's fine. I'm very forgettable. So
No,
I'm
you're
gonna.
No, completely untrue.
Zasper's gonna. Yeah, they're gonna again try and shoot a missile first that's coming approaching them. They just
So,
spin
by the way,
around
so
in
you
the
know,
turret and try
if you
and
want to
shoot.
go into MI space, you have to go to the MI jacks over here.
Wait, can you point that out to me again?
Yep.
Sector 1, where the little couch is
Yeah.
on the left-hand side.
I don't have a Nova point to split apart.
I mean, you
Obviously,
can
just take actions to get a Nova point first. Obvi.
Also, you can,
Yes, true.
once you're in the MI, you can control the guns from there.
It's true.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'm gonna go
I
to.
gotta be
I'm gonna
honest,
go.
I gotta like
to-
check that after this fight because I just wanted to like
Yeah,
participate.
that's
So I'm
fair.
like, I'm not sure you can actually shoot guns from MI space, but we can today.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll have to roll athletics. But yeah, I'm gonna
All right.
run to
Complexity
the.
2.
Okay. Did I
Okay,
fail?
Success.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Well done. You succeeded a roll.
You move your space.
So would I
You
best
move.
make it there?
Yeah, you move your space there, but then I'm gonna yeet you on up to MI space,
Yes.
which I didn't even put the enemy in, but like there's MI space is very theater mindable, so it's okay.
Yeah, I can imagine that. What does Zasper look like in my space?
That's a really important question. I'm so glad
yeah.
you brought that up.
I think Zasper looks like I think right now Zasper just looks like Zasper. I think they're too stressed out to really care about their appearance.
I mean,
Um
there's some new people in the chat, I'm assuming, so you might want to say what Zasper looks like
Yeah.
again.
Oh, that's true. So Zasper is a Ronin, which is a species of. So basically, Zasper is 100,000 bugs who are telepathically connected, and it's like a hive mind. It's very weird. They keep together in like a roughly. Actually, no, Zasper is not even remotely humanoid. I just remembered. No, Zasper is kind of in the shape of like a mixture of a crab and a kangaroo. That's what we agreed on. I just remembered. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a swarm of bugs in that rough shape, and
Yeah.
that's what.
Imagine
That's
in
what
MI
it
space,
is.
like the edges get kind of pixely and crackle a little bit.
Yeah. And I think Zasper literally just the moment Zasper appears, they immediately just come in with like a punch to the face of the virus, just to
Punch.
just to really show how dominant it is with their presence. You know, like you're on my ship.
Punch them
Not
with your
anymore.
crab pincers.
Yeah,
Get it?
let's hope I succeed.
Come on,
Ooh,
Zasper.
okay.
Yes.
All right. Ooh. Dominating
And-
presence goes smash. You heard it. It is your crab claw impacts it, sending pieces of the fire sparking off in the pixelated gook. It is still standing. It is somewhat formidable.
I'm hurting.
I'll remind you folks, we still have a missile on the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
You
you
know-
have next round to deal with that. It was a 2-round.
Yeah,
missile.
it's 2 rounds to deal with that.
Okay, good.
Am I gonna go for another one? I'm gonna. Okay.
It's a tried for 5. I mean, you got a D12 still. Like,
Yeah,
come
but
on.
I'm Drac. So my luck isn't great.
So are you trying to say that you're a coward, Drac?
Now I'm trying to say that my luck isn't great. But what I'm gonna do
Alright.
instead, I am gonna roll. But ugh. I'm gonna I'm gonna swarm it. So I'm gonna enter its space. And then use
good.
can I use it? Yeah, I can. I'm gonna use psychic interference, which is a new ability I took.
You just like being magic here? Okay.
Yeah. So when I'm in an enemy space and make an attack with a social skill, if I succeed, they cannot take any actions as long as you remain in their space. So how would that be able to work? And like, because they can't run
you
away.
click the
literally
roll on it so I can read it? I will mention that I said the thing was formidable, and that was kind of
Oh, you
code.
said formidable. Okay, if we said mid to high. Okay. Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna try and punch it, and this time to stop them from attacking, not to do
Sure.
damage.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'm gonna use social again. What is that? Is that? Oh,
Let's
it's
see
not gonna
more.
go well. I can feel it.
I believe it in you.
Oh, okay. It went okay.
You.
You have a D12 in presence.
But again, I'm pretty sure I rolled a D12 like last session. I rolled 2 11s,
All
so
right.
like.
A striking blow. The thing wobbles, the whole thing like jittering apart, like slices of the image, and it goes to raise up the fire whip. It was gonna spend a collapse point to attack Zasper and end his career, but it died.
Oh my god.
Discorporates, and as the base code of the MI space ejects the invader.
Oh, nice one, Zasper. Says the
That's what it, like,
combined
looks-
form of
That's what it
Hellion
looks
and
at Hellion,
Lexi.
and then it's like, you two need to stop just linking with. At least give me a heads up, okay?
I'm helping. I didn't want
I-
Lexi to get hurt.
Through the hacking in, you hear Exignis's voice just say, Lexi consented. You should respect that.
Yes, please, Zasper, don't be possessive.
She's having a great time. She's got wings now.
That's debatable. The wings are cool.
Do you want to fly?
Yes. Away from the missile that's about to hit us in 6 seconds.
Like that's what it looks at Helen. Like you do realize that Lexi's a ship. Like she's constant. She's flying like most of the time.
Alright,
Like,
so
But not with wings!
because you all would have another round to address this missile, I'm going to assume you outmaneuver and shoot at the sky something. And as we have our ship barrel rolling away as this missile explodes in the foreground, we're going to go to break.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll see you
Hell
soon.
yeah.
We didn't
Space
die this
combat.
time.
Was
Really?
surprisingly fun. Like, what? That doesn't happen in games?
It was very fun.
That's not
I
allowed
very
to
much
happen.
enjoyed that. I got
We'll
to
be
do like
right back.
Tron and spaceship battle at the same time. It was
Are we
fun.
on, are we on break yet?
No, not yet.
Ah. I've been
Hi. We're back. Can't do a normal bit when I'm the one doing the in-detect because it just doesn't make sense because I need to signal to my other conspirators that we're live again. Hi. Have you...
Hi.
Yeah.
Did you get yourself a drink? Did you have a snack? Did you stretch?
Make sure you stretch. Make sure you stand up and stretch. Okay. Very important.
Well, if you're able. Yeah.
If you're able.
I would like to thank my co-players for saving from my awkwardness.
I mean,
Alright.
it's what we're really here for. Not to play a game,
So.
but you know.
Save Nat. Is this
Yeah.
an intervention? But I put this
Yeah.
together.
we didn't want.
How did you?
We didn't want
What Jedi mind tricks was this shit?
Constructed your own intervention.
Okay, so this is a bit early, but hold on, I got my notebook here.
Is this
And we're here because
Inception?
we care about you.
Nat,
Um.
I care about you very much. And no, I'm not just...
All right, so we just finished our first space combat. You have fled from the Accord, which was the Cyprit Prime diplomatic military envoy that was like, hey, you are infected by these crystals that are by the burn. You could like apocalypse the world when you can't go. And they're like, we will be safe. And they rolled really high. So then they were like, all right, but we're gonna have to make it look like we didn't let you. So we're gonna try to blow you up anyway. But softer.
I literally like don't see the difference really.
Yeah.
There was a difference. There was a difference. Alright. Then we have a moment of aftermath to breathe.
Zasper's not breathing. Zasper's gone straight to the med bay because again they got interrupted with trying to help the people, the crystals, and the salve.
Reasonable.
We're all...
Leon can't breathe.
Yeah, neither can Executus. This tardy is so
I mean, you
weird.
can. You don't need to.
What would I do
Sometimes
with
a
all
peace
the
family-
On Priest of Peace Craft,
Sometimes a family
we have
is
to
two
take the
robots.
space thing.
A spaceship and a lot of bugs.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
that's
so many bugs.
many bugs, and like right now, Jasper's bug count's gone up a little bit. They've had time to actually
Replenish.
replenish. Yeah, that's a better word. That's like, I don't want to say reproduce. That just sounds kind of odd and
But now you did, and we're...
I mean, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I want to explain why I had that.
You just
Pause
need
for a
to be
moment.
more reproductive.
Yeah, yeah, I wanted to be more reproductive.
Productive. Sorry. Bad
But yeah,
community
Jasper is
references.
rushing over to the med bay, and yeah, I'm gonna rush over to the med bay first, and check up on the people been partially crystallized, and also to check if that was it the Drifling who seemed very okay with cutting a piece of themselves off.
So, Zasper runs to the med bay. Lexi will, just gently suggest that, Helene, I think your presence around me is no longer needed.
Oh, well, I mean, it's kind of like a hug though, right? It's nice.
I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it a little bit, but I do like my personal space when not needed.
Fair enough. I mean, I have to stay in here anyway, otherwise I can't have any contact with the ship. So, you know, I'll be around.
Yeah, I guess we can stay like this for a bit. Do you want me to ask either of the others to come in and talk to you?
I mean, I'm sure they've got stuff to deal with. But if anyone's free.
Yeah. We've evacuated Sector 5. Everyone is very packed. We have multiple people in the med bay who are semi-crystallized and are trying to fix that problem.
I mean, you
when the
can
missiles
move
hit,
people
we
into.
got- You go
Oh,
ahead.
so I was just gonna say you can move people into my room because you know I'm not gonna be using it for a while.
Should you tell or should I?
People are already in all of our rooms. We packed it to the brim.
Oh, fair enough. Just a suggestion.
I guess maybe you could give me a little counsel on where we should be heading next. There are a couple solid options. And I think at that point we're gonna cut off because I want to ask what Ex Ignis wants to do.
I want to do two things. I want to connect to the person who sent me the message. Way before we got off
The
the
pilot?
planet.
Oh,
No, not
Hunter.
the
Got
pilot.
it. Got it.
Yep, the
Yeah,
hunter.
Hunter. Seems good. So you make a phone call, as it sounds like.
Yeah.
All right. Bling bling, bling bling. Space phone. Bling bling, bling bling. Space phone.
You know it's a space phone? Because it's clear.
And then there's the little connected beep boop, and the response to the greeting is a
I didn't take the Celian contract, but that doesn't mean I can't take others. I'd like to meet in person, though.
Murtath.
Is that a system or a planet, Nat?
That's a system, but there's like one main planet in it, so you would know what he's talking about. It's actually the Zivoy home planet, the necromantic slug people.
Oh, wonderful. Where on it?
Call again.
Understood. And I hang up the call.
Before you hang up the call, you hear like a Why?
Why what?
This isn't normally how we operate. What's different?
Things have changed drastically. I'll explain more when we meet.
He hangs up.
Yeah. And then I go into the MI jack and plug myself in.
Robot friends in robot space.
Doing robot things.
Oh, Zasper would be so annoyed if he saw that we were both in here at the same time.
I mean, I think Zasper's already annoyed. He's annoyed that I, well, you know, killed you.
What? You saved me.
Yeah, he doesn't get it. He's, you know, organic. They are organic. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I keep doing that too. Yeah, but I mean, you know, we've explained the whole deal. It's anyway. I'm sure they'll get over it.
Maybe. Did you not explain to... Have they not seen you die before?
I hadn't died since
Appears I'm
since
your...
you left.
Appears I'm your unlucky charm.
Maybe. Although, I mean, you did save me from possibly getting wiped out by the burn, so possibly not.
Do you still have your memories?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
I wake up with no recollection of who I am, what my name is, what I do. I get connected to you. I go off to a planet and then get a message from someone offering me a contract to kill? None of this makes sense, Hellion.
No, it doesn't. Do you know anything about them?
No. We've arranged to meet on... Well,
Why would you...
how else can I get him to talk to me?
Okay, I mean, we could have discussed it ahead of time.
Well, I didn't think you'd want to be involved.
Ex-Ignis, this is not the first time that you've demonstrated deception in our communications. Do you have a problem with honesty?
What's she talking about?
A bit back, Ex-Ignis told me not to mentioned pertinent details to Zasper. It did seem
Oh.
reasonable at the time, though.
I called Celian to tell him not to shoot us, and I thought Zasper might get emotional in the wrong way. That is to say, not be
Spell that.
emotional. I appealed to his Celian sense of humanity. Celian's sense of
Or entity.
sentience.
And that's why he was still firing missiles at us.
According to him, he wanted it to look good, but he did let us get away. We were going to be cleaved in two before that. Not that we didn't come close. It's Celian. Part of me wishes I had taken that contract.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. What an asshole.
I will say
See, it was just
that while it is certainly more dangerous to take the contract now, somebody called out a hit on him when his planet was about to get eaten by the burn. They obviously still want him gone.
really want him dead. Maybe if you meet up with this person, we can find out who took out that hit.
Perhaps. I mean, hopefully we don't come across Celian again.
Lexi head straightens and goes, the burn has consumed Cyprit Prime.
Okay, thank you, Lexi.
Yes, thank you.
I don't suppose any of the passengers on the ship would be willing to hand over any of the lilies they picked, because they were all kind of in my storage compartment when you
Your remains got scavenged by our contact, Orvacia. Reaching out to her might be useful.
Oh, well, maybe see, I also kind of had a passenger at the time.
Hellion.
Oh dear.
I didn't know.
I know. How would you know? It was, you know, the healer who helped us after the fight with the Sporozoids. I told her I would get her off the planet, and I don't know. Like, it's one thing putting myself in that kind of danger. I know it doesn't really matter when it's me, but I shouldn't have done that to her.
I don't know how to react. Part of me is eager to blame myself. Intentional or unintentional, memories or no memories, a dealer of death. But I don't think this is anyone's fault, Hellion. I think you were reckless. But I also think that you are no more reckless than you are in any other circumstance.
But it doesn't matter in any other circumstance. If I die.
Hellion, we're pushed to extreme measures by the pressure of the burn. We were reckless, but it also probably saved others. And a calculated risk is not an error if the numbers looked good.
I didn't take this job. I got assigned to it because you were on it, and they thought that would awaken anything. So I don't know why you took it, but I imagine, Hellion, from what I've learned about you since we've met, and what I've learned about Zasper and Legion, that you did it knowing the risks.
Yes, of course. There's always I get sent on the high risk missions. That's my whole thing.
Hellion, risk to oneself is one thing, but risk to others was also inevitable.
Yeah, but usually I manage to, get them out of the way by throwing myself in front of them. And this time I wasn't even thinking. We lost the flowers and we lost her.
We don't know that yet. Let's not imagine the worst before we know.
Maybe she survived. I don't know.
I didn't aim for center mass. I aimed for cortex. So I should have checked the wreckage.
You didn't know. And
No,
I
I
could have
didn't.
just sent her to the ship. I didn't have to take her with me. I was trying to be a hero.
Losing someone, that does not make you not a hero.
Thanks.
It's what friends are for.
That's a good moment to check in on what the heck Zasper's up to. So that's where you went to the med bay, and you do find that Driftling, with still a hand, but there's a section across the back that has laser burns and no crystals, and that whole section is in a thing of water. I'm old enough to admit when I was wrong.
Yeah. I'm Jasper just doesn't even talk about it, doesn't mention it, just starts applying the salve, the kind of lily salve that they'd made onto the hand.
Okay.
And gestures to the other people, the other three people that had been partially crystallized. Other two partially crystallized, and like one checks on the crystals. Did they grow any further? Did they look the same?
They did grow a little further, about half an inch in that time, based on Exignis's markings.
Okay.
Which, given that was only like 20 minutes, is actually pretty damn fast. Like, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try and start applying that. Oh, I want to get Lexi here, if I can. And maybe lock down the med bay, like, so that,
Sure.
Yeah, lock it down just enough so that no gases can escape from the med bay out into the rest of the part of the ship. And then
Lexi will give you a "I'll be there soon" message.
Okay, I'll just do this now then, and I want to apply the salve to the crystalline parts. And is there a way for me to like detect the components of the gas? Because you said a very acrid smell comes off when the salve and a crystal interact. Can I check what that is, if it's dangerous?
Yeah, that seems like something that you would be able to closed character sheets. How dare!
Also, can I just like apply some of the, just while I'm doing this, can I also apply some of the stuff on myself? Like.
You're gonna have enough downtime now to heal fully.
Okay.
After we handle immediate action, so don't worry about like trying to crypt together healing right at this point. That being said, you have to deal with the crystal situation first.
Yeah, I'll do the crystal first.
So medicine's a skill.
Mm-hmm.
But you're probably able to ascertain that you're not very good at it.
Yeah, especially with my minor condition. Is there like?
So you can get assisted by somebody, given that they have a larger die than you, and could reasonably help, and that will reduce complexity level by 1.
Okay. Does anyone have a larger die for medicine than me?
Mine's
Nope.
4. Mine's 4.
Is there any machinery? Because we're in a med bay. There has to be some kind of like. Is it called like? I don't know, but like anything to detect the isotopes. I think like. I don't know.
Is there a
took
doctor on
chemistry
board?
class.
Is there a doctor on board? Might be the move to pull here.
I was hoping Lexi would be here to help, but I don't know what's keeping them busy right now. I wonder.
Lexi appears. Sorry, I just had to deliver some sage advice first.
She's wearing armor and she has wings.
Not anymore.
Not in this place.
She's out of MI space. You can't come.
I think even with just that, Zasper's like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm assuming they're both plugged in.
Yeah, they're having a what do they call? I'd say a heart to heart, but it doesn't seem entirely accurate given the parts involved.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not my business. Could you help me out with figuring out what this gas is? Whenever I apply this sound to the crystals, something is given off.
Lexi is going to close her eyes for a moment, and then you hear over the PA system, does anybody have expertise with medical equipment? Moment passes. Moment passes. And a Kithuk who looks remarkably similar to the one that was inside Hellion when Hellion died, with a stick, comes in.
Wait, hold on a second. Have we met?
Well, I got on your ship when the planet was about to be destroyed.
Did we meet before that?
No. I have 4 twin sisters, if that's what you're wondering.
Okay.
Kithics have really big families.
Your sisters. Yeah, no, I think I met one of your sisters. They were actually really nice. I hope they made it off. They helped us a lot with our injuries actually during when we first ran into the sporozoids.
Well, only 2 of the sisters are responding to my messages so far. So hopefully, the one that was nice to you made it.
I hope so. I sent some people to collect as many people as they could, and your sister didn't work too far away from where we were anyway, so I reckon they should be okay.
So I normally when people ask if there's a doctor around, it's kind of time sensitive.
Yes, it's not quite time sensitive because it seems to be working, but oh, and I'm gonna like grab a a mask and just like put on her, like just wear this real quick just in case.
Two of the arms just like adjusted so it would.
So I'm helping out some of these patients with the crystals, and the salve from the leaves seems to be working, but it lets off this gas, and then I just like get a little bit of the salve and put on a part of the crystal and just let that go off and go. Do you know how you can? I'm not great with this equipment. Do you know if you can use any of this equipment to figure out if this is dangerous?
Like, moves her stick a couple ways, and then it puts out a little field of blue light and starts analyzing it. It's like a readout in the base of the stick where she's holding it.
That's what's like. Wow. Okay. Where did you?
Like a doctor's
multi-tool.
Made?
Did you?
You can heal Peacecraft with these.
Do you know where I can get one?
Oh, it's like a family thing.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But hey, maybe after we spend all the time in this ship for a few days before we get to wherever we're going, maybe we'll be like family by then.
I don't see why not. You're doing us a huge favor right now, so.
So. This gas is mostly a vaporization of the composite elements. But it doesn't seem like the reaction is a complete reaction. You know, like how you burn wood, it'll like have smoke, but like the smoke that you actually see is actually the incomplete carbon that comes out because the reaction's not perfect. The reaction's not perfect, so it gets little bits of crystal, about one part per million, in this gas.
I thought so.
And at that point, Zasper, one of your beetles falls over dead.
That's what just kind of sighs. Okay. Alexi, is there a way we can vent this place out thoroughly without it getting into the rest of the ship?
Yes. We're kind of low on oxygen after
Yeah.
having our Sector 5 vented into space twice.
Yeah.
So we couldn't refill the med bay after we vented it.
That's what
Not
kind of
even
like
an
looks at the
oxygen problem,
patients.
technically. It's just an air volume and pressure problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
The woman looks at this happening. On the upside, it seems like these are small enough that unless the infection is extremely aggressive, reasonably sized creatures should be fine.
Okay. That just means I need to probably keep my distance from this place, this room, but. Okay. Do you think you can help me out? As you can see, I'm a Ronin, and like that's for like crouches down, picks up
She's-
the bug that died.
Yeah.
And
So as you
one
say,
part per
I'm a
million,
Ronan, she's like, oh, I didn't notice.
and that's for like picks up the bug that just died and like shows it to her and says, as you can see, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take very many parts per million to affect parts of me, so I can't really tend to everyone here.
Reasonable. Can I autopsy this bug?
Yeah. And Jasper just like hands it over.
Takes the bug. She puts the bug on the counter. Takes a scalpel from like a magnetic rack and just down the center. And as it's going, you hear like a crunch. As you open it up, there's tiny little crystal pebbles inside the bug.
Yeah, I don't think I can stay and help everyone here. If you could, I'd very much appreciate it. If you need payment, we have some Argent.
We'll see after after the family takes stock of what all we have left.
Sounds fair. Thank you. And Zasper like just pats them on the back and just walks out.
As you walk out, you find yourself face to face with Lexi. She has her arms crossed.
It seems like the gases let off are a bit dangerous, but only to basically me. Now that I think about it, I don't think there are any other species that need that small amount of crystal to take it out.
Vesper, they grow. Those people are in danger too. Just gonna take a little bit longer.
What are we gonna? What are we gonna do?
He relaxes. I was hoping you had an idea.
I think I'll ask if they can. Can we do a full? Do we have do equipment? Okay, this is above game. Do we have equipment that can do like a full body scan of them, or just at least like?
Sure, you have a med bay.
Yeah. Okay, I guess Zasper like pokes their head back in, and just asks, "Can you do a full body scan of everyone here? Obviously they have crystals quite literally attached to them, but can you check if there's any going on inside of them in the bloodstream, anything like that? I have already applied some of the salve on them, and they won't wear a mask or anything like that." So
he turns to Kivok, the Kithuk, who is nervous and goes, "How about you?" And she starts getting that process rolling.
Just let me know what you find. Again, I want to try and stay outside and make sure no one else goes in. But yeah, let me know. And it's gonna go, Lexi, can you give our friend here like not all access, but at least enough access to talk to you if she needs any help with anything going on here as well?
Of course. The normal bug in the ear treatment.
Are you okay with that? Like, 'cause that's what like turns him like, are you okay with? I usually talk to my crew members with by putting a
She
bug.
just
And
the Kithuk just holds out one of her little appendages, like, just give it to me.
so like Zasper's like puts a finger on their hand, and when they pull it away, just this one bug just stuck around.
Come
A
on,
little bug like
in the-
waves up at them.
in the ear hole, and just holds it up and just. Oh. All right.
With that, you can talk to me wherever I am. You can also, Lexi, do you still have yours, or do you need to like another one?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can talk to Lexi as well.
Your
And
numbers are dwindling. We probably don't want to dig into the reserves too far.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, just let me know what the results are. I'm gonna need to see what's going on with the others. And yeah, Zasper heads out to find Exiguus and
Party
potentially
meets
Helen's.
Party meets in digital space. Because that's where Hellion lives.
This is now
Lexi
the
is-
the party chats on Discord for the rest of the episode.
Cheerio.
Lexi is busy, so Lexi is not present currently.
Mm.
But you can talk to her because everyone has bullshit for that.
Actually, technically, oh no, yeah, because Helen's literally inside Emma's space. She probably
Yep.
can just talk to Lexi as well. Yeah.
How's the situation?
So, good news. The salve from the lilies do help with the crystallization. It removes the original crystals, but it releases a gas. And the way our friend, by the way, you know, our medic friend, they're one of like quadruplets. We managed to save one, another two on other ships. I'm assuming that probably some that we sent out to help. But yeah, she's on our ship, and she helped us do a little scan on the fumes that were let off. And it seems like the reaction isn't complete. It does remove most of the crystals, but it also releases very small crystal particulates that if people breathe in, yeah. When I first noticed that, I immediately shut down. I closed off the med bay and made sure that fumes aren't being shared. Right now, our friend, the medic, I didn't even ask her name. I really should ask her name later. I'm just all over the place right now. Yeah, she's marked up, and she's gonna be helping out the rest of the patients with that, and doing full body scans to make sure there's nothing, to make sure that these particulates aren't big enough. But there's a very high possibility that they are big enough to just spread and take over.
It depends on how fast they've been replicating it.
Yeah.
I did a mark test on one of the refugees.
Yes, it grew about an inch and a half, or about
In
half
less
an
than
inch.
20
Yeah,
minutes.
Half an inch.
Half an inch, yeah, in 20 minutes. Yeah.
So I guess we know why Celion wanted to destroy any ships with the crystals on them then.
Yeah.
Lexi appears with a bolt of lightning because drama. We've automatic data comparison subroutines have revealed some odd information. When we
Okay.
did a full body scan on the infected Kithuk, we found that the crystal growth was matched in progress to the burn movement progressions. They're both very random, but they correlate strongly.
Oh.
The burn has stopped now,
So the growth has stopped.
so they've almost entirely stopped.
Oh, God. Okay.
But we all know the burn is very eclectic in when it wants to move, so anytime more, it could just decide to have another go at it.
Has there been any record of these sporozoids occurring in other places in the galaxy, or was it just this one
Uh,
system?
she like does a motion from her hand and fills up some screens, quote unquote, in MI space. There's been a few other systems where Ark has recorded contact, but every single one has been a localized total eradication.
But did they ever get a chance to record any data? Did they find the same thing? I'm just wondering because on Cypriot Prime, obviously the Awakening Moon has some kind of connection to this stuff because it woke up the crystal creatures.
Yeah, it has some sort
Whether
of
it's-
connection to the stuff. It also has some sort of connection via that to the Burn's progress. That,
Yeah.
as much as I hate to admit it, our friends, the Order of Heroes, might have been onto something that this particular ancient has some sort of more knowledge of the Burn than we would otherwise expect. Whether that is good or bad is yet to be seen.
The situation gets more complex by the minute.
Where is that cannon now, by the way?
I would have stored it away, definitely away from the passengers.
I thought you broke it apart.
So, you.
I ate away the trigger, but I hadn't actually injected it or
Yeah.
anything like that yet.
So the safest place for it's probably in the piloting theater, because that's like the only one of the few places you're keeping clear from
Yeah.
passengers.
Mm-hmm.
You can just drop it in
Yeah,
here,
no,
and I crack open a part of my chest plate.
We're
You're
in
in
MI
MI
space
space.
right
We're
now.
in
Yeah,
MI space.
well,
We're
I
on-
know, I'm doing it for visual impact.
Oh,
I
punctuating words with physical action. That's a thing, right?
Yes.
That was a lot of hand movement. I got very distracted.
Maybe
I-
a little less next time.
Actually, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with putting a very dangerous and volatile weapon inside of you.
No, that's a good point. Although, wasn't there a time, Helene, that I carried a nuke?
A nuke is different from what I understand about you, Peacecraft.
Yes, it's very
Remember
different.
that?
No, I don't. I just checked the vial.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, you did. It was very cool. So what what do we do about this gas?
We vent.
Well, that would have been viable, but we don't have enough. Lexi, can you explain?
So, after having 2 depressurization events in Sector 5, the aft sector, it sounds like some sort of fart joke. Huh. We are low on air pressure, and given that we have a lot
see.
of people inside of our ship, I'm not saying it couldn't be done, but it would be tight.
So we have to keep Medbay quarantined until we can get somewhere where we can get the other people off the ship and
The other
Then
option is
what?
we could vent medbay and refill it with oxygen with air pressure from another sector, cutting down our usable space again, but maintaining access to the medbay without base faring equipment.
Oh, answer's
That's
easy.
a-
Sector
yes,
1.
We should. Sector
This sector.
Well,
1?
we could redirect the air from Sector 1 because the only people we're letting in it are the 4 of us. That actually makes a lot of sense. 75% of us don't even breathe.
true.
Yes, but also no, technically. But yes. Technically, I am more than all of you.
Okay, yeah, we get it.
75% of our consciousness is.
You clearly don't really fully understand Ronan, but I'm just going to let that slide.
I feel like that was some sort of cultural insult, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I
I'm not
apologize if
gonna.
it was.
I'm just gonna let that go. So, but no, I do agree. I think we can get away with using the oxygen in sector
There's-
1.
But whoa, wait,
There's nobody
venting.
in Sector 1 right now, so I could get that started immediately.
What exactly is venting going to mean? Are
Going to
we...
take the oxygen from the medbay area and shoot it into space.
We're not
Just the oxygen.
killing the people inside. We're not venting them into space.
No,
No.
no, we are going to give them space for equipment beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, we
We're
have
just trying to
emergency
do this-
space. You have
Yeah, we're
emergency
just trying to-
spacesuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is more of a long-term one. We can short-term give people a lot of spacesuits, and the long-term, it's a little more tricky.
How close are we to somewhere where we could refuel our oxygen
We
supplies?
set path for Murtath by default because it was the closest welcoming civilization planet.
Sounds good.
If that wants to change, that is perfectly reasonable. However, we may be able to resupply on air pressure and other supplies with access to other craft or ships in the area. There are a lot of them after, the systems that got affected by this particular burn push got evacuated.
But we've also sort of
alongside
marked
that-
ourselves as enemies of Celion, so maybe they're not going to be as willing to...
No, we've been knocked off the registry.
I will
Oh.
say that missile explosions are visible for quite a distance in space. And related to that, we are getting a long-distance communication
From...
beginning.
Oh.
in Pickering. You get the inkling that there's one coming before you get identifying details.
Okay.
A few minutes.
How long do you have to wait before you can at least figure out who it's from? I don't know.
Well, it's apparently not too far away because I already know that it is from one Relcott Salabralta.
Ah. Okay.
You know.
Celion and him have the same last name.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see how this goes.
Can we take that in here?
Oh yeah,
I want him to see
Yeah,
my new
what
avatar.
magic, baby.
Yeah.
Couple more.
Patch them in.
It takes a couple more minutes for the video to
Just
render.
as a note that this entire time Helion's just been like flying and floating, like wings flapping.
I feel like this is probably isn't. Would this be Helen's first time in MI space?
I didn't have much reason to use it before.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Also,
Oh, by the way,
I think I
Zasper?
can-
Yeah.
Sorry. Zasper, I figured out a way. Oh no, you saw already. Sorry, it's me just being forgetful. It's like, how cool is it that I can combine with Lexi now? Isn't that awesome? I think if I was actually like here physically, it would be even more effective. But yeah, I think it's very cool.
No.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I combined with Lexi.
I knew that was possible. I just haven't seen it before. I
It
still
was so
haven't.
much
It
fun.
was like a hug, but a
It was
digital
like a
magic
hug.
hug.
Yes, exactly. You looked really cool. I
That
made
does
sure you
not
looked
enlighten
really
the
cool.
situation.
Pew, pew.
I've never shot a mind laser before.
Me neither. It was very fun.
Not to end this wonderful conversation, but we really should get to the message.
It is almost done rendering.
See, I was trying to pass the time so things wouldn't be awkward, Exignis. Just
You
floats
can't.
around.
You can't actually render faster than light speed usually, except
Hmm.
some magic.
Which
Well, perhaps-
actually, now that's just going to be a thought that per side. No, actually, I do need to talk about this. Is the burn communicating with the crystal?
Are you calling the question if the burn itself has a sentience?
No, but like, okay, I know I'm more a pilot than a scientist, but if I understand correctly, there are situations where this is actually just me pulling like at some facts that I actually know like out of my head. I think I remember someone calling it
Inflict.
like spooky action at a distance, where two particles seem to communicate to each other what state they're in without actually communicating. Are they entangled in some
Yes.
way?
there are specialized communicators to get point-to-point instantaneous or semi-instantaneous communication, but we don't happen to have that shared with the person who wants to contact us.
Oh yeah, no. I was just thinking if is an actual communication of some sort with the crystal, could we do some kind of jammer of some sort to
You
at
think-
least slow it down?
You think that the burn and the crystals might be entangled?
Yeah. Is there a way
I
to
mean-
unentangle it?
That would make sense from the data.
We'd have to study it more.
Yeah.
Although,
The message is done rendering.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry. Let's go with the message first.
I'll hold my thought.
Big screen, which then morphs into a actual three-dimensional hologram of Bryte, who, because of the message, can't like embellish. It's just him in his blue Olran crystalline skin with the suit and the headband, earpiece, and the tablet. Yes. So, we got an abnormal problem. Wasn't expecting this one. But the omniscient, the ancient black snake, with the burn connection, yeah, it wants to talk to Zasper. Get back to me, okay? Thanks, bye. And that's where we're gonna call the session.
Oh fuck.
What the? Okay.
What did you do?
I don't know.
What did you
Zasper.
I hope it was badass because I have no fucking clue. I hope like I punched it, or I hope I fought it in some past life, and that's why I got some like.
All
He
right.
wants to be your friend.
Aw.
So, just a couple notes. Next session, we're going to do that conversation, and then we're probably gonna do a pre-prepared jump forward in time a few days. When you get to Murtath, you're all healed, your ship's healed, all that crap. So think about that. Think about if you want to do like a few scenes along the way to emphasize what you experienced along the way, and of course we'll have to figure out something because Adam Lee won't be joining us for at least part of the time.
Oh, okay.
But for this moment, why don't you tell the internet where we can find you else on the internet? Why don't we kick us off, Adam Lee?
Hi, my name is Adam Lee, also known as Werewolf Feels, also known as Norden. You can find me on the internet at Werewolf Feels, because that is my handle. On Twitter, on Instagram. That's it. Actually, I've got a very exciting week planned up for next week. On Wednesday, you can catch me in the Burn Bunch, a all POC, all queer Monster of the Week campaign. We were in our penultimate episode. You can find that on Off the Tables Twitch channel. It's pretty fun. On Friday evening, I will be a guest on Asians Represents' new show, The Wrap Up. I'm not going to speak directly about what it is yet. I'm going to let them announce it first, but needless to say, it's going to be a very interesting conversation. I'm very excited to join them. On Saturday, yep, fun never ends. On Saturday from 4 p.m. Eastern Time to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be playing in a... Wait, no. Am I right? Yeah, something like that. You'll find the information on our website, on Twitter, sorry. But from some time to some time in the afternoon, I will be on Off the Table yet again for a fundraising project for a very super special podcast that we have created. I'm technically not supposed to say yet, but I was casted. So I'll see you then to hopefully raise funds for the
What?
editing and more. Then I will return here after half the session has already concluded to once again play Ex Ignis as I do every week here at Chromatic Chimera. Next week I'm gonna be dead. Just a little one.
Oh, fuck. Wait, I need
Yeah,
actually
so
get
to be
everything
clear,
on track.
We're gonna be playing at a normal time, 6 Eastern, BurnBryte next week, and partway through, Adam Lee's gonna crash the party. It's gonna be kick-ass. All right, Drac, why don't we keep going?
Yes. Hold on. I'm getting everything I'm doing because I didn't get a list. Okay. Hi, I'm Drac or Draconics, but Drac is just way easier to say and spell. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm a co-founder and event organizer of Friends Who Roll Dice, or Friends Roll Dice on Twitter, and we're a TTRPG Twitch channel. We just do a bunch of TTRPGs, and for starting tomorrow and for the rest of December, we're going to be doing a month-long charity event for the Philippines. Where we're just playing 1-shots, 2-shots indie TTRPGs and continuing with our D&D campaign to raise money for the Philippines, because honestly, it hasn't made much news, which is very surprising to me, but the Philippines have been hit by a ridiculous amount of typhoons this year, one of them being the biggest ever actually hit landfall in recorded history. So we want to play games and raise money for a good cause at the same time and help them out with that, because that must be rough while also battling a pandemic. So so tomorrow will be the first stream of that. We're going to be doing a 10-hour stream from 12 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to be playing some very wild games. The first game is probably my favorite one. I'm very excited for, called Everyone is Scarjo, which is great. Just follow. Just come watch. Okay, I don't want to go too much into it, but just come watch. It's going to be great. The cast is amazing. It's hilarious. It's going to be great. You can find me doing a bunch of stuff throughout the week. Every Wednesday I'm going to be over on Encounter Roleplay in an iHunt campaign called Hustle and Claw, from 6 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. Immediately after that, from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 p.m. Eastern, you can find me on Rule of Law playing a cyber system campaign called Infinite Horizon. Every other Thursday, you can find me on Scriv the Bards channel on Twitch from 6 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern, playing a D&D campaign called Heroes of Ystera. You can find me here again every Saturday from 6 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm playing the Trio Bryte. This Friday, yes, from 7:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be in a superhero 2-shot, where we're going to be playtesting a superhero game that Izza's going to be in. I completely forgot to. I just Izza's going to be in it, where we're going to play in superheroes. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's a system called Legends, the superhero role-playing game. We're going to be playtesting that. So other than the official podcast, I think we're probably going to be one of the first people to actually stream that game. That's going to be on the 4th and the 11th of December. There are other stuff I'm in the works of doing. I'm doing too many stuff. Just follow me on Twitter. You'll probably hear me tweet about it at some point. But yeah, that's me.
Oh, hello. Just got raided by Grant. Thank you for that. We're on our way out, but we will be raiding along the raid train, so stick around. And I'll just do me because I changed the overlay and now I'm next, so Izzo will wrap us up. Hi, I'm Nat. You can find me on the internet at CrimeNat, KREIMNAT on Twitter. That's where I centralize my stuff. You can, if you liked this game, you can come back next week, 6 p.m. EST. We're going to bring more Trio Bryte. BurnBryte's pretty fun. And if you really like the way this energy and this flow and this stuff, me and Izza both play on Mondays together, Quest the Soaring City at 6:30 Eastern Time, same channel, Chrono Chimera, for just the most fun you can have. It's excellent. Yeah. That's all I got, so I'm gonna chuck it to Izza.
Hello. I'm Izza. You can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram, and also on my new YouTube channel, youtube.com/evilcleverdog, where I do cool cosplay, crafting, and design related videos, because I'm also a cosplayer, and in the before times I was a theater and film designer, and now have none of that. So we're doing that stuff online now, and I just finished a really cool collaboration project with Bethesda UK for the release of the Doom Eternal DLC, and next week on Friday I'm releasing a video about how to make self-adhering superhero masks, so come and check that out. And in terms of other TTRPG stuff, it's pretty much all been mentioned by the other people here, because I've just realized as we went through, oh cool, I'm doing other projects with every other person here. That's awesome, because these people are all awesome. But yeah, Mondays, Quest with Nat on Friday, you can find me playing the Superhero Two-Shot with Drac, and I'm also part of the Asians Represent Critical Read Al Qadim podcast, which is every third Saturday of the month, which Adam Ali is also on. And also, if you like Pokemon, on Wednesdays, me and my friend Finn stream Pokemon Soul Silver now on Wednesdays on her Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FinnTheBin. It's just like, really fun, cool, chill little Pokemon stream where we hang out and talk shit about one of our favorite video games. So I think that's everything for me. I'm not usually the one who ends these things, so Nat, I feel like you need to take over again. This is your responsibility.
So I gotta mention
it's too much
sponsors.
pressure.
I mentioned it because we're sponsored here on Chromatic Chimera by Pelgrim Press, the Mater 13th Age, Quest RPG, Artisan Builds, Heartbeat Dice, Tabletop Loot. We have a pretty good time, and also part of the Roll20 Spotlight program. Playing BurnBryte here. It's pretty cool. We're gonna raid, I believe it's Fuck Cancer Roll Dice. It's very worthwhile. Stick around. They're worth your views.
They're playing
Alright,
Game of
we'll
Wrath
see
and
you
Glory
soon.
right now. Oh, and I'll be on it tomorrow. Forgot that.
promote.
Raiding,
Do it.
raiding, initiating. Tell them that we love them.
Oh, we will. Bye, friends.
And we're gone.
Cool beans.